Hello GDQ, this is The Warriors, based on the awesome movie from I think 79, which if you've never seen, it's fantastic, worth watching. I am Mr. Yogi Bareback.
Hi, this is Yogi.
And we're going to get started. So, this run, well, we are the current world record holders at about 2:04 on the co-op. And we're going to create a new profile. So, for purposes of speed running this game, let's call it GDQ. For purposes of speed running this game, you have to show that you've started a new profile. You have to show the difficulty selected. And then the official timing starts on this screen. And it basically starts once you select subtitles on or off. So we're going to go ahead and select off. So that means the run will start 3, 2, 1. Alright. So this game, what's our current world record we have? On the bopper level?
It's around
2:04, I think. Yeah, I think
something
it's,
or 2:04, yeah.
I think it's 2 hours and 4 minutes on the dot, actually. It might be. So we figure a good conservative estimate would be about 2 hours, 20 minutes, because there's a lot of RNG in the game, but there's not a lot that can go grossly wrong. So like there's no major glitches we have to hit in order for it to work. Okay? So one thing I'm going to tell you right off the bat is we're going to lose a few seconds here because we're going to come to the options menu, we're going to go to the audio, we're going to turn the sound effects all the way down. Reason being is this game's a blast. It's a lot of fun. I think it's probably the most underrated two-player beat-em-up I can think of. There's a lot of crass language in the game.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and we figure probably not good for a marathon. So this opening right here is just basically the tutorial. And for all the levels we do, this is the one that could be the most aggravating. But I'll walk you through the tutorial a little bit. What they're basically showing us is, you know, what button, how you punch, heavy punch, light punch, how you can target people, some combo moves you can do, just all those basics. And Miss Yogi has the pleasure of just standing back while player one handles all this stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
You get to really see some fun stuff in the next part of the tutorial where, while I'm trying to make things happen, she just gets to jump in the parking meters and whatnot, and run around like a maniac.
Jealous?
Very. Because this part, of this entire run, this part of the part that annoys me the most.
I didn't even know I could break those boxes back here during this.
And I having a good old time.
Yep.
Now, while I'm beating these guys up here, Miss Yogi can tell you something fun. So, you can break a lot of stuff in this game. You can break boxes, you can break, through glass. There's all sorts of things you can do. But what is the most effective tool for breaking in this game?
Jumping into things.
Just jumping into it.
Yep. So I'll be doing that.
A lot of it.
Actually, I'm going to get a hat first. A bum hat.
Yeah, you can put a hat on, which is nice.
Alright, I got that hat. Alright, well, there's nothing to break right now, but you'll see a lot of breaking in this game.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to be hitting guys with this bat, and what that's going to do is it's going to build up the rage meter here. And the rage meter, you press a couple buttons here, and now you go into some crazy invincibility mode, where the moves you pull off will do a little more.
Alright, now I got a hat and a bat. I'm just going to stand here.
Alright, so now we have to finish these gentlemen off.
I will assist. Oh, you punched me.
No. Well, the run's already falling apart. Excellent. Alright. And now we have to face off normal warriors to prove we can bop, as the kids say. We still do have some music, which is nice. So basically...
Oh, I hit you.
That's alright. So this part is actually timed. It doesn't matter, and you can't die, so you could just stand here getting beat up the entire time. But while we're doing this, we'll show you the head smash. So grabbing people and smashing their head into the side of walls is the most effective move in the game, hands down.
Yeah. Let's double that up.
So there are big rage moves, which are kind of, one-hit kills. Although I don't think anyone in this game actually gets killed. I think they're just supposed to be knocked out. Because there's a lot of people, we beat up and they're, quote-unquote dead, and then we run into them later.
That's true. I guess I never really thought about that. They're probably not dead.
Yeah. I think they just get wrecked. Excellent. So while we're just doing this tutorial, a bit of the story, this gang, they're hanging out in the late 70s in Coney, and they're trying to get to this big meeting that the head gang's holding, where they're going to try to combine gangs. So you'll see all that as the story progresses. So that first part, you can actually rob stores, go steal some money. This is a typical Rockstar game, so you can go have some fun. And this is Yogi, you can tell him about your favorite part right here with radios.
I do love stealing car radios.
And you do have to steal radios throughout this game. It's actually, some of the levels have that as a mission. You actually have to steal a certain amount of car radios. You can also mug people for their cash, which is something that could come into play.
You throw trash.
Yeah, that's a big part of the game, is trash throwing. Actually, there is an entire level where you have to get a certain amount of...
I can get $1 here. You ready?
That's right, there it is. Making that big money. Alright. So the red W here, that's obviously once you've completed a certain task, you progress to your next mission, you get over to the objective marker. And luckily, we're almost done with the boring tutorial part. Now, Mrs. Yogi, would you like to take a minute to explain in a speed run the importance of fence jumping?
Fence jumping in this game. So, there's two things that will happen. One, you'll get a fast jump like you just saw here. But there's a killer in speedrunning if you don't make that fence jump properly. Basically, it slows you down. Did we actually add up the amount of seconds?
I think we said it's a full 3 seconds longer to get the slow jump over the fast jump.
And you fence jump constantly, so 3 seconds might not seem like a lot once, but it's definitely a lot throughout the course of the game. So,
I mean, on average, you might try to hit 15 to 20 fence jumps a level.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Definitely. Yep. And sometimes, I mean, the fence jump is crucial just for getting away from people, getting away from cops. So it's...
That's right. So a missed fence jump, it might not just be the 3 seconds, but then it's also the cop got a hold of you, and now you're in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
You do have to outwit the cops in this game, and they are extremely tough. New York City's finest.
It's still something that we're working on. I don't think the fence jumping is still not... We're not the best yet.
We can do it pretty consistently, but there's... I think if we're running in a fence straight on, we're actually fine. I think the biggest problem we've had is forgetting, hey, there's a fence around this corner you have to.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Yogi actually figured out that and that was the first level. And I believe there's 18 total scenarios, but there could be an incentive for the bonus levels, and we'll get to that when we get there. But Mrs. Yogi actually figured out if you miss the fence jump, rather than do it the slow way, it's faster to just loop around with the controller and try to get it quickly. So now this is where we introduce commands. So as the war chief, player 1's the war chief here, and you can actually issue commands. So let's go, for example. And this is where you're trying to guide your AI. And throughout this run, you'll actually see us do some stuff that looks counterintuitive with the AI, and there's a reason for that, which is... I'm throwing it over to you.
I'm not sure I know the answer.
Yeah, you do. You hate the AI. The AI is terrible is the problem.
Oh, well, I mean, half the time I don't even want you sending the AI to help me.
Right, exactly.
They don't help me.
So a lot of times you'll see, oh, why don't you have the AI come help you out in a fight? And the reason we don't do it is because it's useless.
Yeah, there's various reasons why. They'll, how am I going first here?
Yeah. Now, just real quick here, Miss Yogi's going to run first. And the reason is if you try to run around the corner at the same time in this game, you actually get some it'll throw the controller off, and sometimes things just get out of whack.
Well, yeah, you went actually too quickly. Now I can't.
That's a good example right there. So the reason you saw Miss Yogi running into a wall and you're wondering why can't she run correctly, it's actually because of that. And you see me uncuffing people, you can get arrested.
I didn't make one fence jump either, so now you also got to see on video exactly how bad that is.
Now you notice her running to the W and I'm just standing here. Another mechanic in this game is some of these Ws, some of them everyone has to be there to progress, some of them only one person has to make it. So if it's a situation like there where only one person had to make it, I stay put and I let her go run, and then by the time I uncuff everyone, we're going forward. A cool little feature of this game, and also kind of a comical one, so you can throw a bottle to distract people, so we gotta throw into that. And what's funny about this is, you'll have someone who's right on you, you can hide from them, and then all of a sudden you throw a bottle and they'll just run away from you. So the mayhem button causes mayhem, of course. So we're going to break into this store here, we're going to trash that car. We're going to make a lot of fun things happen, we're going to steal some money. And when enough damage is done, I can go ahead and I can get out this door.
So now not enough damage is done yet.
There we go. So we got to pick this lock. If you get all three of the dark, if you get all three in the dark right there, you get a bonus 1,000 points. And there is a category where you have to do 100%. And get those bonuses, but the other thing is you will not set the alarm off, and that can be a big help because if you get an alarm, the cops will come. Alright, so now here's our first big brawl. And you see our favorite part of the game, just jumping into people, doing that full swan dive.
And you'll see throughout the fighting, various times where the AI tries to get involved and then messes up a combo, messes up a rage.
Yep.
So
the AI will hurt you more than it helps. And in this game, split screen is actually your friend. I know in some games the split screen can be annoying. Here, it's actually more frustrating to have everyone on the same screen.
Oh.
And here, let's show you this. We can do a little combo move here.
Oh, that's good. Let's grab this guy here.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
Oh, it's right here.
All right, done. So if we come around, you see the computer doing it.
Yep.
You can actually go ahead and you can hold people.
Yep. And usually it's a pretty good combo. It takes off a lot of life, or
absolutely.
Well, knock the guy out.
So this part right here is a good example of why we have the sound effects off. Cleon is swearing up a storm throughout this whole fight.
Yes, he is.
Alright, and now we get introduced to another fun mechanic of this game, which is tagging, as the kids call it. So you have to do a lot of spray painting in this game to get your gang signed up. And in this one, I believe what happened to the Destroyers, our rival Coney gang, while they were distracting us with that fight, they were out laying down their big Destroyer tag, as you just saw. So
we're going to go wreck it.
We're going to wreck it. So something simple like this is why a lot of games I know co-op can slow people down, as opposed to just going single player, but this is a good example of one where it helps. So once I finish this tag here, which you gotta stay in the lines, once I finish this, we have to get to the W to proceed. But I can stay up here and Mrs. Yogi can just run over it, which saves a good 4 or 5 seconds. So she is already gone, and she is at the W, bam, before I would have even gotten down. All right, now here's a good example. I'm actually going to leave the AI back here.
Yep.
Because if I had the AI come, they would legitimately just get in her way of beating these guys up. Now that's a paint dealer there. So again, in a lot of these levels you have objectives such as this, like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and lay down what this is called a burner, this W here. So we're sending the Destroyers a message.
Sometimes I wait back here to try to get $5, but these guys were poor today and did not supply it. So I apologize if my tagging is not good today because I haven't used this controller yet, but
that's right. We did have to go and get a new controller because we're having some issues. Now, one thing that is a little rough here is if the alarm goes off, which it just did, the cops are going to show up, and you do not want to deal with the cops in this game because they are very tough. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to proceed to the next part. And we're going to split the tags here. So to get to the next part, we need to do 3 more of these. So generally what we like to do here is I'll come get this. Now, you're going to see throughout this game, most of the time I'm going to be doing the tags while Miss Yogi is doing the beatings. And there's 2 reasons for that. One, I'm a little better.
Go up.
You're going up? Great. One is I'm a little better with tags just because I've been playing this game since it came out in my God, 06 or something like that. But number 2, and this is actually the bigger reason because Mrs. Yogi is just fine at tagging, is this character I have, Rembrandt, is much, much smoother using the spray. There is actually, each character has specific strengths and weaknesses. And Rembrandt, the guy I have, is very specifically strong when it comes to tagging. Alright, so we're actually just going to run by that guy.
There you go.
Yep. And that is one fun thing about this game, is there's a lot of, sometimes one of the great ways to save time in this game is just by, yep, there we go. This is us on the same screen.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go.
Yep, that's fine. Us on the same screen is why I was running into the wall there. It's very wonky.
Alright, now we're going with the game plan here of me just watching out.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have enough spray paint?
I believe I do. Let's find out. I think I have 4 or 5.
No, it's not showing. That's weird.
So yeah, Rembrandt he's a little weaker at certain things like resisting arrests or just fighting in general, but he's a lot better at, tagging and picking locks. Alright, so Mrs. Yogi is going to go ahead and get that started for us.
Yeah, I'm going to try and knock these guys off the roof or just...
And the reason for that is while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and try to complete up the mission here, which will allow us. So we've got to get 3 tags to move on. And it's funny, you'll notice when we complete a lot of things, you'll start seeing bonus objectives appear, and that is the 100%, which I don't think anyone has a record for yet. This isn't a game that's run a whole lot, which is a shame because I really do think it's got to be one of the most underappreciated beat-em-ups ever. It's a lot of fun. see. All right, so once I get this one, so now I'm going to give this Yogi a heads up. Don't worry, because I'm all done, so let's go to the game.
Yep, I'm gonna go. I fell off because I was trying to throw him, but...
So this is one of the reds where we have to have our entire party here or it's not going to work. What were we missing? Oh, there we go. We got it.
You got it.
And of course, one of the fun parts of this game is you can have 10 guys beating you up, but once you get to the red, it doesn't matter. You're moving on.
And I'm gonna hang back here because it's not necessary for me to be with Mr. Yogi here.
That's right. Get a good relaxing part. So what we're learning on this, because these first 3 levels are all technically tutorial, but obviously there's more action. So you can sneak up behind people and just give them a little bop on the head, and he's out cold. So you see hiding in the shadows here. Here's what's funny. If you're hiding in the shadows, you're standing right behind this guy, it doesn't matter, he can't see you. And it gets comical in certain situations where someone's literally staring at you, you run into a shadow, and all of a sudden they can't see you anymore.
You'll see that a bunch of times, especially when you're going away from cops. They're like, oh, you lost a suspect on foot, and it's like, wait, you're looking right at me.
From 3 feet away. Totally legit. So in that case, we threw the bottle, and now he's coming back. So The Warriors, for anyone not familiar, the movie, it was one of those cult classics. Mrs. Yogi's going to go take care of this guy. And I almost made a mistake there jumping too early, because sometimes that can throw off the screen, as we've said. But it was one of those movies that ended up being a real cult hit. It was a lot of fun. Most people remember 2 gangs, obviously the Warriors, but they remember the Baseball Furies. Those are the guys running around, you know, in face paint with the bats. Somewhere down by Central Park. But it's a very fun movie if you've never seen it. And then this is the last one. So these ones are a little different because of the tag. Now again, where 2-player pays off here, she's already at this marker, and that's it. So in a level like that, we probably save a good 10-15 seconds by having 2-player over a solo run.
Yep.
Tell me.
Tell me.
I guess they didn't hear that on the camera. We did. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird. They played that.
I guess maybe the cutscenes aren't cut off.
No.
We skip all the cutscenes, of course, anyway, because we're trying to go fast. So this is the first glimpse you get of the Warrior hangout. And there's a lot of, if you're actually just playing this game through for fun, there's a lot of cool stuff to do in here.
Yeah, we won't really see it on this run because we can't waste our time with it, but...
Yeah, exactly. But 100% run one day. And we'll show you, once it pops up, we'll give you all an idea. Exit Tacony has some fun missions. But we'll talk about flashback levels when they come. So we go ahead and start the next level. So I'd say, I'd argue this is one of our, if not our favorite level.
This Blackout?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Reason being, you're just really wrecking a lot of stuff. Stealing car radios, breaking into cars, breaking into stores.
Yeah, the entire point here, I think, is to steal a certain amount of goods and do a certain amount of damage.
Yeah.
And New York was the Wild West in the 70s.
Oh, you're gone.
Yeah, that's right. So usually, we only have one of us run because only one of us needs to. And Mrs. Yogi's character is faster, so usually she goes. However, I've been doing a couple solo runs of this lately, and I forgot. All right,
That's it, you're booted.
Done. Off the team.
Alright, so I'm gonna go here and start wrecking this car. That's my first thing. Mr. Yogi's gonna go in the store.
And try.
Hopefully be able to do something in there. It doesn't seem like it's happening, but
Yeah, we're getting there. So the one problem with this game is, for some reason, and I have done this, I've played this game on 3 systems, I've played this game with multiple controllers, multiple systems. Getting to the mayhem option in the lower left-hand corner is borderline impossible for reasons that I don't understand. But it always has been. So we're trying to wreck this register, because then it will open and we'll get money.
yep.
And one of the objectives is to get a certain dollar amount.
And I'm wrecking car number 2, then I will be moving on.
And you see,
Usually about here is when someone throws a TV or a box at me, so we'll see what happens.
which is always fun. Literally, there's a guy just on the roof throwing boxes at people trying to rob the neighborhood.
Yep.
So I guess good for him. You know, he's trying to stick up for the neighborhood.
Is he?
All right, that's a fair question.
Or is he just trying to hit people?
That is also an option. Now, you see I'm selecting Mayhem, and my AI is doing absolutely nothing but standing there.
Yep.
And that's something, Mrs. Yo, that's why we don't really care for the AI in this game. They will not do a lot to help you out. But luckily, we're pretty good on destruction.
I'm getting to the second section of this area.
We skipped this cut once, and I don't know how we did it, so we're
Yeah.
going to keep researching how.
It would be really nice to do that again, but
Save a little
stealing
time.
a radio. Now I will pick up this iron again, wreck the car.
Trying to run into stuff on the way because that does count as damage. Alright. So you see that Moonrunner's tag, if we were doing 100%, that would be a little side objective here.
You'll also see various frustrations as we're wrecking cars in this game. Instead of punching or hitting the car, they will jump up on the car.
Yes, because the triangle button does both, and that just consistently leads to annoyance. So, you'll be hearing us yelling a lot about it.
It hasn't happened a ton in this game, in this level, but sometimes also like gang members will start beating you up, and I don't understand why.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. It's like we're not doing anything to each other, and then gang members start beating us up.
What gang is in this one? I
There's a bunch. The Moonrunners are here, the Rogues.
think we're good, by the way.
Oh, go ahead.
On destruction too.
Alright, so I think we got destruction and money right around the same time.
So I can go?
Yep. Alright, so now the only objective left is to steal one more car radio. So I'm going to go grab it because Vermin is one of the best car thieves in the game.
Yep.
So you'll see how quickly he does it.
And I'll be waiting at this gate.
And now we're going to go, and this cop is trying to get me, but he got glitched because as you're coming off the car, nothing can hit you. And Miss Yogi is there, and I made the fence jump correctly. Excellent. And now the gate should open. Miss Yogi's going to go run down there. It is actually faster to run around the stairs than it is to jump over them, even if you hit the jump clean.
Yeah, for some reason.
And then she's going to run off toward that, and I'm going to stand here.
Oh, there got some music, guys.
Oh, there we go. And I'm going to let these guys beat me up.
Yep.
Because even though I'm getting hit with bats by 20 guys, it doesn't matter. The second she's at the W, it's all over.
Yep.
Done. So that wasn't a bad run of that level. Not our best, but not bad. Here's the Rogues. Those are the true bad guys, which you'll find out soon enough.
That's interesting, because I actually feel like that was a very good
Yeah.
time.
Well, you did well.
The destruction was insane in that one.
I struggled a bit in the first part because I couldn't get the Mayhem command off. Tell you, if I ever figure out how to do that, well, it doesn't matter. I got it off later, and the guy didn't do anything anyway. Maybe I shouldn't even worry. Flashback level. So the way it works as you complete levels, certain stuff unlocks, as you can see. There are 5 flashback levels that kind of give you an idea of how the warriors form the gang. We were thinking for an incentive, we could go ahead and try to raise a certain dollar amount, and then if we do that, you can run, as long as you run all the flashback levels before you start the last run of the game, it counts as far as the run goes. So we're thinking that could be an incentive. Hey, we'll do the bonus levels if we raise a certain dollar amount. Tremont, I think we're fighting the weakest gang in the game, I'd say. The Orphans. Should be a good time. Alright, so what you didn't hear in that cutscene is the reason we're beefing with the Orphans is there is throughout this game and throughout the movie, there's a radio station that apparently updates gang news on the city for some reason, and the voice is the woman who used to be the host of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. So that's just fantastic all around.
That is fantastic.
But people call in, gang info, and what happened is the Orphans called in a hit, and they said that they took out the Warriors in a gang fight. We did not appreciate them lying about that. Can I get the split screen? There we go. They're very fickle. So they called in a hit and said they beat us up, and we can't let that lie go unanswered. So we are now here, and we're going to try to beat up the Orphans to send them a message. And it's going to happen pretty easily. In fact, I think that was it. Is there anyone left?
I just have to walk around and make sure no one's just like dying on the ground. No,
There we
that's
go.
good.
Oh, there's a pipe there if you want to get it. Oh, the computer got it, of course. Alright. So now we're going to go beat some more Orphans up. And then after, so there's a few parts of the run that can be where if something doesn't happen, if you were going for a world record, you might just reset, but at a tournament it wouldn't be that big a deal, and we're going to get to one of those in a minute. So now, one good way to build your rage meter in this game is to throw people into stuff. Like throwing them into those boxes gets your rage meter kicking a lot faster than something else might. Now, what's really great about rage, it's not just the invincibility, that's good of course, but whatever. What's really good about rage is you can do a super move, and when you do the super move in rage, it's a one-hit knockout. So you can get, if you can get a hold of 2 or 3 guys with full health and hit them with a rage move, then you've got a situation where you can just take out a bunch of fresh guys. So for example, I'm going to start my rage here, And then if we can, there should be some guys jumping down from that roof. Yep, so I grabbed this one. He had full health, one hit takeout. Grab this guy, full health, one hit takeout.
Yep. It's pretty sweet.
Not bad at all.
Just making sure all these guys are dead. They are.
Nice. And sometimes, you know, it's funny. You see Miss Yogi running around with all those characters on the screen, and you're like, well, why isn't she trying to fight guys? But the reason is you'll lose time in this game because there'll be one guy who's still alive who's hiding around a corner somewhere that you didn't see. And then, you know, that's where we lost. So beat that guy up, and I'm going to get over to the red here. All right, this is a part where things can go wrong.
Yep.
So you have to chase down Jesse here, and you have to interrogate him, which is basically done the same way as mugging. But here's the problem. And if you do not catch him in time, right here, he will start running around like crazy, and all of a sudden his gang will come out. And instead of something that, as you can see, took, what, 15 seconds, I think one time we lost him and we lost 5 minutes and then just reset. Because he doesn't run away and stand there, he just runs around like a maniac.
Yep.
But there was no problem there, so we're good. And the reason Miss Yogi, again, was just standing back is because if we try to run on the same screen at the same time around a corner, we get that problem, and all that would have happened was chaos.
Yep.
Excellent. Now these fine ladies are very upset because they were at a lame party, but we're just going to run right past those guys. And we're also about to cue up Mrs. Yogi's favorite song on the soundtrack.
Yeah, where is it?
Oh, it should be coming. It's not a sound, it's a... Oh, that's a shame.
Usually it was there.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I didn't get to hear my song, guys, but it's alright.
That's alright. Well, we're going to be going for a record on the all missions later anyway, so we'll turn the sound back on for that. Alright, so this is one of those where, again, there's a lot of parts in the game where the mission is you just got to beat guys up and there's chaos all over the screen. And this is one of them. Now, one thing we're going to do, and this is something helpful to do in a level like this, is come hang by the wall, and then when enemies come to you, you can do the head smash we talked about. And the head smash, other than obviously the one-hit knockout with the rage, the head smash is your best. And in some cases, the head smash can even pay off more. So you got a bunch of guys falling off the wall here, and if you can just head smash them all in a row, as you see, they glitch a little bit when they fall on your head.
Yeah, this game is a bit glitchy.
Oh yeah, there's right. I'll say there's very little chance that we're going to play this game at a run and not have at a marathon, and we're not going to have any glitches. But there shouldn't be anything glitchy that would, you know, affect the run in a way while the game couldn't get complete. Nothing like that. Just a lot of really wonky stuff can happen. All right. So we're just about there on all these guys. Excellent. Cleon is yelling about how no one works the Warriors fool. Is there still a guy there?
No.
It's another cutscene. So now we're going to go look for the leader. And what you just missed was there's one female. Actually, this isn't true, but there's one semi-main female character in the Warriors, Mercy, and she just gave up where the leader of the orphans is. And what's his name again?
I don't know. You know this stuff better than I do.
I have seen the Warriors a lot more than you have. You watched it that one time and you were like, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie, guys. Don't listen. Your ladies will love it.
I do love Ajax, so.
Ajax is awesome. And again, for the ladies in the room, Ajax also played. Who else was he?
He was Peter in Sex and the City.
No, Peter? No, not Peter. Richard.
Richard. I know I said Peter.
And as you can see, again, we're having trouble with the Mayhem command. So all we have to do here is wreck this car.
I don't even know who Peter is.
Was there a Peter on Sex and the City?
I think I made it up.
Oh, Sully is his name in this. Alright, Sully's car. There we go. Oh, I just hit you with a sledgehammer. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't hit each other in this game, so just a heads up right off the bat. This car we usually wreck in all of 4 seconds, so this was not our finest showing. But nonetheless, it's wrecked.
Well, you were just standing there looking at the butterflies.
That is, well, I was trying to get the mayhem off, which again might not even be worth our time. So yeah, that's a great career. So he was Richard in Sex and the City. He was Ajax in the Warriors. He was the adult entertainment kingpin in The Girl Next Door, and he was in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. And he could pretty much retire after that.
Oh, he was also the ghost dad in Dexter.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I can dig that. I still haven't watched that. I should sometime. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can sit through those last seasons that you say are terrible. We'll see.
You don't have to. Just stop after the 3rd season.
Done. And 3 seasons, then I'll watch the last episode. All right, so this is the only level I know I can recall anyway that has a little prelude to it. So before that level officially starts, we're out on the streets of Coney here. We just jumped 20 feet and we're fine. So here's the deal. He wants me to finish up this burner, but I only have 2 cans of paint and I need 3. So this is our local paint dealer, and unfortunately for him, we're going to knock him out and steal a can of paint. Now, I hate to do that to him, however, in the interest of saving time, that's the quickest way to get a 3rd can of paint. It is quicker to do that than to go steal radios and get $5 to pay him. So while I'm doing this, Miss Yogi usually just stands around. Every now and then she'll go wreck stuff just for fun.
I try not to go too crazy in this one because I don't want to set any,
Almost
make
like
any
the cops
problems.
showing up, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, and there we go, and one more. And the reason we get this little prelude is because the next level is going to be about painting. Truth be told, even though I'm on the lead control here, Miss Yogi gets to have all the fun, because the next level is me painting while she just beats everyone up.
Yep. With Ajax, which is very exciting.
That's right. I think he's probably the strongest character in the game. There he is now.
Yep. He's ready to go.
Saying a bunch of stuff that made us have to mute the game. Yeah, they could just put us on at 3 a.m., do like a little GDQ after dark.
That's true.
We can come out in bathrobes with cigars.
So then it won't be a problem when the players are talking about wool.
That's right. There was a lot of strange vernacular in the 70s. Unlike today.
Yeah.
Alright.
No one says anything weird today.
Nope.
I can just wait here again.
Exactly. So, an interesting thing about this level, so right here you're just walking. This is supposed to be a peaceful start. If I were to say hit one of these guys, you automatically lose. So you cannot attack anyone on the street.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't even know if I knew that.
Yeah, well, we've never done it.
Yeah, of course.
So the point here is you want to lay out your tag before the other teams do. So you only start with 1 can. This is the music. You only start with 1 can of paint, so you have to go collect them as they appear. The first can of paint always appears up there. That is a default. So then you just have to know where they are. So rather than painting first, I like to go get them all. And while I'm getting these cans of paint on fire, you can catch on fire in this game, as you're all seeing right now. And I'd say I jump into that barrel about 50% of the time. Now, Miss Yogi, while I'm carefully getting paint so I can craft a beautiful spray up there, what are you doing?
I'm beating the SHIT out of people.
Exactly. Alright, so I have my 5 cans. So we should be good to go here. So I have these guys watching my back. The only command that effectively works in this game is probably watch my back. So that's a good one here. So they're just going to stand there making sure I'm good while Mrs. Yogi wrecks everyone else.
Yeah, making sure they're not getting their paint off, even though it really doesn't matter that much, because no one's ever close enough.
So unfortunately I'm struggling on painting more than usual. So hopefully that will not react. I'm going to have to go find another can, unfortunately. That's just my fault, nothing I can do about it. Normally 5 cans is enough, but I'm also not normally talking throughout this whole thing. But I'll go ahead and get that touched up.
Well, don't you worry, I'm beating up guys.
Alright, good. Oh, I just got hit. Thanks. See, now there's a great example. So I have 2 AIs watching my back, so I'm supposed to be just fine. And what happens, one guy runs past both of them and takes me out. Now, one interesting note in this game, if you're in the middle of painting and the computer hits you, you actually you start with a full can of paint again. Again, I'm getting hit by guys while my AI is supposed to be watching my back. So I'm going to have to ask Miss Yogi to come off of what she's doing and come get my back, because the computer apparently can't get it done. So normally, we'd probably be looking at this one right here and saying, this is not good. Depending on where we were at this point, if we were really trying to go hardcore in time, we might even say, we've only been playing a little bit, let's start over. Maybe not quite yet, actually, that's not totally true, but
no,
this is
she'll
not...
finish that quickly. No.
Yep. Alright, so there's a couple parts. Earlier I mentioned one part where the run things can get sticky. So we're coming up on another part where things can go wrong in a run.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so now, the Hi-Hats, they were hosting this writer showdown, and it was going to be a friendly event, but then the Hi-Hats decided that they didn't like us being there, so they're going to beat us all up. And Mrs. Yogi's going to try to get injured a bit if she can. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Let me stab her if you can. And they're missing her with kicks, of course.
Alright, that did nothing. Why is he not stabbing me?
That's a great call. That's a great question. So there's a reason she's trying to get beat up, and we will get there momentarily. So we're waiting for this elevator shaft to come in. I always say waiting for this elevator reminds me of Junin in Final Fantasy VII. That just could be because I'm a huge nerd. Alright. So now is a fun little part where Crackerjack, I believe, Chatterbox, excuse me, is the leader.
Crackerjack. You go first, I mean.
Yeah, go ahead. Now you have to wait till that stops shaking or the next brick will not count. And too many times we have gotten ourselves in trouble with that. Now we should be good. Now Crackerjack is actually the backup to Chatterbox.
Oh.
So I'm not totally shot.
I was gonna say, I wasn't following.
That's all right. All right, so here's where things can go wrong. You have to run across this roof. What you're going to see Mrs. Yogi do is intentionally get killed because trying to do this on a half screen is a giant hassle. And once your partner gets killed, what happens is they default you back to the full screen.
Yeah, sometimes it takes longer than other times. There's nothing I can really do.
Yeah.
Alright, well, at least you got it before the jump.
Ooh, and did I make that? Yes, I did. Okay.
Ooh, you just made that.
Just made it. Nope. Alright, so I am not doing exceptionally well here, but...
This is something that Mr. Yogi probably could stand to work on.
Yeah, that's true.
Separately.
It's frustrating because it's difficult.
It's tough, yeah. I'm not saying it's easy, but I just think since you run it, you probably have to...
Work a little more on it.
Yeah.
And one of the difficult parts about it is because of the angles you're running at, like you might jump at the exact right time, but you catch a side of the wall and it slows you down.
Yeah. That happened in Gun Hill for me. Remember?
Yep.
I caught a box or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, you ran into a box and then we got
never
run over.
happened.
That'll be a fun part. This is the last jump coming up, so as long as I do this, we do not have to do this part again. No pressure.
Usually not a problem here. It's like that first jump maybe?
Yep.
That sometimes?
Alright, so now...
Oh, here comes your favorite part.
Yep, we have to destroy this place.
Well, you hate it. Why?
Because the AI will do nothing. I'm going to have to just basically spam the mayhem button because if I don't at some point, the AI is just going to stand around. Now, for those of you who might be watching, you notice when I was tagging with Rembrandt, it was a nice smooth thing. And now you notice how fast and sloppy this is. And again, that comes back to each guy having an individual skill set. And Snow is a very tough fighter, but he is not very good at tagging, so that's why it's a little more difficult. So this is one of the places where you notice if I just jump into stuff, everything gets destroyed, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's very helpful for this one because there's just so much stuff to wreck. You don't want to have to be too precise.
Exactly.
So while he's painting, I'm usually just wrecking every single statue in here. And by the end of it, we're usually good.
Yep. I think 130, if you do it with 130 left, you did pretty well. If you do better than that, you had an exceptional run, which is nice. And, I mean, a lot of that is really just dependent on how much the AI decides it wants to help you.
Yeah.
Alright.
One more statue, so...
See, look at that. Is Cowboy right there just standing around while I'm spray painting. And that'll give you an idea of how helpful the AI can be at times.
I have some things to wreck here.
There we go.
That wasn't that bad.
No, not at all.
But, I mean, it'd be nicer if they were helping.
Very. Now, no one really had time. We were kind of flying through there. If you ever take the time to look at what's in that gallery, it's a very weird place.
It's very strange. Chatterbox is into some interesting things.
You know, he's a different kind of guy. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. So this next level, I'd say, is probably one of our best. This is, we're going to see the hurricanes up in Spanish Harlem. So Sanchez, what Cleon is telling us right now is that Sanchez just got out of prison, and Ajax recalls that he owes us a few bucks. So we are going to go get him.
I always forget what's in this level. I just know you chase guys a lot. That's about...
Yeah, there was an annoying chase for a little while. This level is where we skip all these fights. You do not have to fight a lot in this level.
No.
So right off the bat, we're going to go here. So you see this gang right here, and they're about to introduce them. All these cutscenes are to introduce the other gangs. Of course, we skip them, but we're just going to run into this alley.
Yep.
And we're not even going to deal with it. Because you know what, we're lovers, not fighters.
I don't know about that.
Well, I guess we are going to beat a lot of people up, but... Now we're going to come around here. And unfortunately, this is one where we all have to go, but it can get aggravating because, again, trying to run on the same screen is a giant
Is it
hassle.
here?
Yep.
Okay.
And then to the left. Excellent.
Oh, yeah. See, now it turned me a weird way.
Fortunately, we got it up. So this right here is Mr. Sanchez that just got out of that chair.
So this is the big beat up scene, I guess.
Yep. And what's great, Ajax only threw guys into a table once, and now he's already got a rage.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
Ajax rages a lot in this game, which is nice.
I don't feel like my fighting in this scene is ever that good, but luckily Ajax is here, so that...
And I was able to get 3 off. So in this game, if you, the real goal is if you get a rage and you can get 3 hits off, on your, 3, full knockouts, if you will, it's great. So hey, if anyone in the crowd likes Spanish music, this is the scene for them.
Finally got a special move off.
There we go, excellent. So another rage moment for Ajax.
Man, you got rid of guys quickly.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky. Right off the bat, Ajax went into rage mode.
I'm gonna check and make sure that AI is taking care of other people, because...
That's the other thing, so Mrs. Yogi will be, we'll go on a streak where I just killed 3 guys, she just took out 5, and there's 6 people surrounding one AI character, and what happens?
Alright, here's your big chase scene.
Alright. So Miss Yogi gets another break here. So you have to chase down Sanchez, and here's the thing, if you lose him, you do lose. You have to restart. Now, one good thing about this game is they have auto checkpoints. So if anything were to go wrong, it's not something where, well, you guys didn't save, you're in trouble. There's auto save, there's checkpoints and levels. So, Miss Yogi, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't think of many things in this game that could go wrong to the point where, my God, this run is ruined. As far as for a tournament, for a marathon goes, not for a speed run.
Yeah, probably not. Because we've died or had to restart in the Gunhill chase later, but we still kept going, because what are you going to do at that point?
Right, exactly. We're almost at the end of it.
And like you said, at the checkpoint, so you just restart at the chase.
Exactly. But I can't think of anything that would happen that would make us say, oh, well, this, hey guys, we can't finish the game at this turn.
No. He's gotten a bunch of special moves off, not bad.
Nice. And
there's a knife down there. You should get that.
Oh, you got a rage. Yeah, there you go.
Is everyone dead though? Pretty much.
Just this one guy.
I do like hearing the neck crack. Unfortunately, I can't.
Yep. There's no PG-rated version of the commentary, so. And this level's especially rough because Ajax is
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Alright, well that doesn't usually happen. Alright. Now, while I'm chasing him, can you explain why some of the running we do looks insane sometimes, and it looks like you guys don't even know how to run properly, but it's really not our fault because...
there's a couple of reasons. Like we mentioned it before, if we're both on the same screen, that's always a problem.
Yep.
Other times it's somehow you get a human being gets stuck behind a pipe. So if you're walking down the street, guys, and a pipe is in front of you, do you think you'd have a really hard time getting around it?
Even if you bumped into it.
Yeah.
But imagine if you shoulder bumped it, except in this game, that will stop you from moving for 3 seconds. Now, here's a fun one, because we're just going to skip all these guys.
Yep.
And we're just going to come right after Sanchez.
Don't necessarily need me here, but I'm going to come just in case, because I do think there was one time that...
Here's what can happen. So right here where I just jumped down, if you accidentally jump too far to the right, you jump back in the pen that you were just in.
Yep.
And then he gets away.
I actually see what you're talking about there, because I almost just did that.
Yep. And then you're back in there, and he's already leaving. Now you see that incredibly slow fence climb. That somehow is a full 3 seconds slower. Alright. However, we are already getting to the end of this level. Yep. We have to fight a couple of big, strong guys. This is Diego. But I have a knife I can throw at him right off the bat.
What button do you use for that?
Oh, square and X.
Together?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, it just dawned on me you've never had to do a knife throw, have you?
No. Oh, I dropped my knife. Do you want to get it?
Yeah, I'll grab it after. Right. So the reason Mrs. Yogi's never had to do a knife throw is because there's only one part in the game where you actually have to do it.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. There we go. Oh, did you get the flash up on the stairs? If you need it. Oh, you don't need one. You've got one.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
through the knife.
Have we talked about flash yet, by the way? So the way you regain health in this game is through flash, which is a.
Oh, this guy came up here, huh?
Oh wow.
He hates me.
Yeah, he does not like you. You're not down for the count, right?
No, he's not moving.
Oh, okay. I've never seen him on the stairs. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, so you were going to describe Flash?
Yeah, Flash is a street item, and that's the way we regain health in this game. So right here, we're just beating this guy by throwing a bunch of bricks at him. Oh, and what I was saying is the reason Mrs. Yogi doesn't have to throw a knife is because there's only one part in the game where you have to do it to beat a boss.
Yep.
and it automatically defaults to player 1. So you've just never had to.
Nope. And there was one time that you died, but I just gave you the controller because
we were about to set the record, I think.
Yeah, and I've never done it, so you guys know how that goes. You don't want to be responsible for that if it's not something you're used to.
Exactly. And Vargas is just about done, and he is done. I'd say that's just about as good as you can do on that level.
Yep.
That's a pretty near perfect level. Now we got our one for Sanchez. Now you're going to see some familiar faces in this next level. Alright, so going off our current time, let's see here. We're actually, we're on a pretty good pace. Alright. So, a big time saver in this game is just knowing where these yellow W's are. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if you
Do they change?
Yeah, for each level has its own.
But okay, but that level is always in that spot.
Exactly.
Okay. I was never sure of that actually.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff you just don't have to do. You don't have to run to those because they don't let you control a guy there.
I'd love to run this single player one day, but I don't think I can because I don't know how to do any of the stuff that you do.
Well, the commands are easy to learn. Okay, so here's the deal. The hi-hats, mad about what we did in the gallery, are here. Right off the bat, you hit that switch and you take out 3 guys. And they start you in the level with a knife, which is nice. Now, these boxes here, this is what's fun. If you run and jump into those boxes, they just get destroyed in one hit. If you actually try to take out those boxes by kicking them or hitting them with a pipe or something, it would take 4 to 5 hits. So amazingly, jumping into stuff in this game is significantly faster than any other method of breaking.
Yeah, it is.
Which doesn't make sense. I mean, imagine if you just walked somewhere in life and just jump knee first into a box, you'd probably get hurt. But in this game, for some reason, it works.
I'm gonna try it.
In real life?
I'll let you know how it goes.
Done. Yeah, we'll try it at GDQ. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You just run right up.
Hardcore.
Knee right into the TV. Hardcore parkour. Alright, we've clearly been watching too much Office recently. Or not enough.
Yeah, I think not enough's always the answer.
Alright. Are you up for Rage too?
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm seeing him now.
Alright, good. Yeah, the reason I'm queuing Mrs. Yogi on the Rages is normally you have a sound cue. You get a big loud cue for it.
Yeah, we gotta keep this PG for you guys.
That's right. Apparently marathons look down on, incredibly crass language during their gaming.
Can't believe it.
Can't even leave your house. Alright.
This guy's over here, what's he doing?
Alright, we should be getting around to the point where we're done with this and then we can head inside. Because that's the next part. So we've had a couple levels so far where we've talked about things that can slow you down as far as a speed run goes. And we're coming up on the boss of this level is one of them.
This guy's still alive, why?
But that guy had a lot of money, 31 bucks.
Nice.
560 throughout it. These hi-hats carry a lot of cash for some reason. There we go. So Chatterbox is not happy about this. Ajax brought a trash can. Good for
Nice.
him. Yeah, one fun thing about this game we noticed. So earlier, Mrs. Yogi mentioned that she was grabbing a hat. So what's interesting is, in this game, stuff actually carries over from cutscenes. So if you put a hat on and then you go to the cutscene, you will be wearing the hat in the cutscene, which does not happen in a lot of games. So it's a lot of fun in this one. There is a knife right by you if you need it.
All right. If you want to grab it, it's fine. 'Cause I'm in the middle of my
Done.
kicking this guy's butt.
That was the last guy anyway, right? Yeah, all right, that was actually pretty quick to finish those guys. And I don't know if you can bring the knife to the next level. Just after I got through saying that you can. All right, can we go in there yet? All right, we talked about this game being glitchy. There you go. I was over by the switch and the hit button wouldn't come up. That'll happen now and then.
I want to let myself die here.
Yep. So
Reason-
fun. Go ahead.
Reason being, well, I don't need to be alive, so it won't affect the run. And for some reason, he's super slow, and I have to pound the X button here, and it's just really annoying. It hurts my hand, so...
And the other fun part is, let's say Miss Yogi only had half life there. She dies, she comes back to life in the next section with full life.
Yep. There's no downside,
Nope.
essentially, so...
One of the odd things about this game. Oh, let's see if we can pull off our favorite move.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ready? Come on.
Oh, he did it. Flying squirrel. Oh, he didn't do it.
You can swan dive. Well, you all saw it. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't necessarily, it might even cost you time to be honest, but...
I don't even think he really, like, it's not like he hurt someone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Alright, I'm going to put a hat on. Alright, there we go. So
But
now the hi-hats will know who I am.
That's a good point. You blend them right in now.
They might think that they shouldn't punch me.
I never even thought about that. You're thinking fourth dimensionally. I like that.
It's the only way to think. Have we lost you guys yet?
Oh, no. Yeah, they're done. Just wait till I submit error biz. I hope you guys are ready for...
You have to do a lot to make that interesting. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, that's going to be great. Now, there's also... In this game, there's also...
This one has a lot of...
Rage?
Yeah, rage.
And they last a while. You have stamina in this game, so sometimes you might see us going for grapples and just... Oh, don't stay up there.
Why?
Because the train still... We don't usually run into it. The train still comes up there while this is going on.
The doors are closed.
It'll come out.
Weird.
Trust me, I've been hit by it.
Is everyone dead?
And we'll get a little... Let's see, is it? There we go. Now we got it.
Right.
Yeah, the doors are closed and somehow the train still comes out. I got wrecked by it once.
Oh.
Alright, so this part...
Here comes, I'll explain to the viewers.
So here's the deal. The first thing we have to do is we have to take these guys out and we have to do some damage to Chatterbox to get him to come down.
I don't even know if I ever realized what this music was.
Oh yeah, that's true because there's a lot of talk during this. So you see this train coming, this car coming down right here. Alright, everyone just saw that. That was a guy getting wrecked by the car.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see if we can take Chatterbox out now.
Well, this guy, I'm gonna go for the guy down here just while you do that because we don't want this guy alive.
So you do a certain amount of damage to him and then he will come down. And then that's when things can go well or get a little wonky. Oh, he's throwing fire at me.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, so you can fight this guy until he's out of life and he uses a bunch of flashes and it's giant hassle. Or you can get him hit by the train. And if you want to speedrun this game, that is the only option. And it did not work the first time, so now Miss Yogi's going to revive me. And he will try to jump out of the way of it, but the way you have to do it is you scatter everyone and then you just start hanging out. And by the way, the reason the screen went blurry there is I got hit by some gas.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. 3 times is kind of like our max right now, and if it goes worse than that kind of sucks. So
yeah, that can be a pain. And again, it's just, sometimes you get it within seconds, and other times, here he comes. There it is. We got him.
Alright. I actually did that one.
Yeah, good job.
That never happens.
No,
but anyway, 3 I think was the max in a run we've done. But
yeah.
If it's more than that, I'm sure. I guess would we continue?
We'd have to. Well, it depends how we're doing up to that point, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you can't get that in the first few, you're going to start. It's really going to be difficult to get the best.
Yeah. What's the loss each time? Probably like 15 seconds or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
So
not terrible. But the thing with this game is, being a longer run, is there's a lot of places later where you can make up time. The train yard level. I mean, the difference between that can be 7 minutes or it can be 15, and there's really not much you can do about it.
Yeah, there is a lot of RNG in that one. There are times, and we'll talk about it during that level, but there are times it can be completely empty, and we're like, wow, this is great. And then there are times where every single person is after you, cops, gang.
Security guards, everyone.
Then you start screwing up on paint, and it's
a disaster. Alright, so now, or at the end when the W glitched and wouldn't accept us, that we ended the level.
Running towards a W, and then you fall off the train. We'll be chatting about that later, guys.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So here's the deal. The destroyers just wrecked Charlie's plumbing store, and the reason being is they told him that the Warriors, you're going to the car lot. They said the Warrior protection is no good. So the first thing you have to do in this is, of course, we're running an extortion ring here. So we got to go to these guys and make them pay us their money. There's 4 stores. There's Charlie's Plumbing. There's the meat store. The Little Buddha, and where were you just...
Voodoo Motors.
And then what's that guy's name?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Skinny Pete, that's it.
Okay. And then I just wait for the W to show up.
You got to be careful because one time she was on the W when it popped up and the game glitched.
Yes, that was fun.
So now we have to protect stores. So what's happening is they just trashed that hot dog stand we drove by. And in this level, the destroyers are trying to wreck all the stores. So now we have to make sure they don't. One fun thing about this is the guys in this level are incredibly easy to beat up. 3 punches usually and they're down.
Can't even find anyone over here.
Yeah, they don't start with too many. So I'm going to head over to the Little Buddha because that's where I think they are next. Or is the meat market? Yeah, Little Buddha. So they always trash the stores in the same order, which makes it easy to go get them.
Yep.
All right.
It is pretty much 3 or 4 punches and they're done.
And you gotta be,
I've seen 3, 4, but
and you gotta be a little careful because a lot of times they'll tell you stores are safe, but there's still 8 guys in there.
yeah. So I usually hang back. My job is to hang back, make sure there's no one still in here, no one rolling around in pain, because they'll get up and then start trashing it again.
Oh yeah. All right. So the meat market we gotta protect.
Yep.
That's some good looking meat. A little bit of lag here.
Yeah, a little lag.
We used to run this on the PS4 because why wouldn't we? And the lag was so bad that we had to stop. We said, all right, we've got to do a different one. All right, so back to the little Buddha. It originally came out on the PS2. Graphically, it was a little rough. So we said, all right, well, I know we have it on the PS3. We didn't have any graphics problems. We didn't have any lag problems for the most part.
All right, this is where you're going to see a lot of people come in. So the first few places you saw weren't too bad. This is between here and then plumbing stores next, I think.
Yep. And I will say this, they're doing more damage in the store than they usually do. So trying to be a little extra cautious here before I leave Miss Yogi.
Oh, this guy.
But I also think this is the last time they hit the little Buddha.
Buddha's done after this.
Right.
So if another one comes up, you can leave and I'll go. I'll stay in here.
Alright, let me just take this one guy. Oh, there's still more guys coming in now.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes they'll turn around.
Alright, you got him?
So yeah, you should go.
Alright, so Miss Yogi is going to continue protecting the Buddha. I'm going to go to the...
Yeah, well, they did do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is not usually that much, but it's all done.
Oh, yeah, this guy's even trying to leave. Yeah, he just left.
And now the plumbing store is not in good shape, so...
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's alright. We'll get him over here. Now again, the one thing in here is you don't want to, you just see us doing nothing but punching. You really do not want to waste a lot of time with fancy moves in here because there's just no need for it.
Yeah, we learned that, 'cause, I mean, at some point, oh, look at that. A bunch of them came off the roof.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What are they doing on the roof? Alright. So the next one is going to be Voodoo Motors, but we got to make sure the plumbing store is good first. So I believe how this will work is, I believe it'll be Voodoo Motors. I think they go to the meat market one more time, and then that's it. Alright, so...
That's the owner, so I'll make sure I have everyone. I see everyone in this corner, essentially.
Alright.
If you want, you can go. It's up to you.
Alright, go ahead. Alright, so I will go at Voodoo Motors, start clearing some guys out here.
If there's anyone else in here that's alive. This guy?
Yeah, this level is one that is it's just so random because you're like, yeah, we're fine, and then all of a sudden, I mean, Little Buddha usually doesn't even get down to the mid-yellow, and now all of a sudden it was in the red. So it can mess you up. Alright.
Alright, should I go to...
I'll go to the meat market, you come to the car place.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
And the reason I'm going to the meat market is because there's something I need in there that, so when we used to run this, the next part of this level could take, 3 or 4 minutes. And we actually got clued in on a strat thanks to, I'm trying to remember the other, what's the name of the guy who runs this
Crazy
game?
for Games?
Crazy for Games, who is a fantastic Warriors runner and has the single player record. So we watched his run, and he had a great strategy for the next part. And if we pick us, actually, I'm guessing Crazy would probably want to get him on the couch, because I can't think of anyone who would know the Warriors better.
That's true. And I think these guys just ran out to go to meat market. I don't know, so maybe hang there, because there's only 2 in here right now.
Alright, cool. I'm over here now. The meat market's in pretty good shape.
Yeah? Alright.
Yeah, so I'll die. Alright, it's done, but don't go into the thing yet. Let me grab what I need. And all done. Well, not yet. Alright, I need this butcher knife, and there's a reason for it. Okay, now, the W should pop up any second. It's usually by that hot dog truck. Yeah, there it is. Good time. And so now the next part is we're going to look for somebody, and we get trapped in here. So we've got to bust out through this lock, and so we got to break the lock, while these guys are throwing Molotov cocktails at us.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just get this flash, and then what I'm gonna do is just stand in the middle, and hope that they kind of throw everything at me.
Yeah, and just get absolutely trashed by Molotov cocktails.
And right now they are doing that.
Which is
excellent.
excellent.
It's been working, yeah.
So it looks bad, but her doing that while I take this lock out with this butcher knife took this level from something that used to take, this could take 2 to 4 minutes easy, and we just did it in, 15 seconds?
Yep.
So big shout out to Crazy for Games there. Alright, so this next part has a few, there's a lot going on here, so there's a lot.
Well, actually, I don't know if that was, he's a single player person, so that wouldn't.
No, but remember, you can tell the computer to hold up, and they'll just stand still.
Oh, does he have someone in there with him that's just an AI?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Alright, so what we're going to do here, now we're on East Coney, and we're taking it to the destroyers.
Yep, so he's going to take that guy out. I'm going to come over here as a little group.
And while Miss Yogi is hitting them up, I'm going to trash these stores, which is also part of what we need to do. And you'll probably notice the AI standing. If the AI is anywhere on the screen, you'll probably notice them standing around because they're worthless. I just want to remind everyone of that.
Well, this guy next to me did take this guy out.
Oh, did he?
That's like a first. I can't believe that. At first I was like, wait, are you here? Just because...
Right. Alright, not bad. Alright, so I've got one more store I've got to wreck. The liquor store.
Now I'm going to go beat these guys up.
And you notice, again, you just see me jumping knee first into, into glass displays. Just trying to trash the place. Alright, there we go. I'm going to grab a Molotov cocktail for some fun here. For some reason, they're selling Molotov cocktails in a liquor store. Doesn't seem advisable, and you just threw it away. Alright, well. That guy's taken out. There is a flash dealer over here, so I'm going to go buy a couple. Oh, now, here's the problem. So you just saw him run off. That was a fake dealer. In this game, you can run into fake dealers who will steal your money and not give you flash. If you're playing for fun, you go beat those guys up because we're not going to tolerate that.
Yeah, we don't have time.
In this version, you just have to accept it.
We have to accept that we got robbed.
Alright. So this gentleman right here...
I have a knife.
Oh, you do? Alright, you go get him. So this gentleman, Mr. Pimp here, is very tough. And we have to beat him up and we have to beat his ladies up. Now, I would leave the ladies alone, but as you can see, they mace me.
Yep.
And they try to beat me up.
Unfortunately, we can't leave them alone.
We cannot leave them alone. So this is an equal opportunity game here.
Nice. Got a special move you want to go after him?
Yep.
Oh, I'm trying to get out of the way.
Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah.
Okay, I got him. I'm gonna have
There you go.
to beat her up, I guess. Oh, she went up top for some reason. Oh, I'll beat her up here. Nope, she fell.
Oh, she fell down. I mean, Ajax got a nice move off. Alright, so you beat him up and get that. Oh, you off some money already? Great.
Yeah.
Now, the Pimp drops a lot of money, so the reason we want to make sure we both have money, because then if there's a legit Flash guy, we can buy some. Alright, so just think of Flash as potions.
Alright.
So
what
now,
are you doing here? Yep.
I'm going to go wreck these goods, and while I'm doing that, Miss Yogi is going to run toward the gambling hall, because that's the next part.
Yep. Miss Yogi pretty much gets it done quickly, so doors open. Now I can go in and get this started.
Yep. And then I'm going to come in here, and we have to clear out this gambling hall. And one frustrating thing could be if we're both trying to grab someone at the same time and we happen to be near the same person, we both just end up grabbing air.
Yep. I mean, that can happen with us or the AI, essentially. But,
very frustrating.
Well, Vermin's rage is short.
Yeah, but he gets it pretty quickly. I think that's supposed to be the edge of
Oh,
him.
okay.
I think.
I was on like a one special.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I got a couple off with Cleon now, so that's good. Excellent. So I think we cleared this up pretty fast, actually. Alright, so normally this would be the type of thing where I could run out to where I know the next W is going to be, but it doesn't matter because we all have to do it together.
Yep.
Now, Miss Yogi, you'll see, is going to grab a strategically placed pipe around here for the next part.
I'll either grab this one or there's actually another one on the way. I noticed because sometimes our AI grabs it and I don't want to deal with it.
That's right. You can actually take a weapon from the AI, but
it's alright.
It's a hassle.
There's one over here, so it's fine.
So there's 4 lieutenants we have to take out, and we have a strategy for getting them.
Oh, there it is. Let's see, this time it's not here.
It can be a bit of a problem, though, because certain things can happen. So, for example, this one Miss Yogi's about to get, he can jump off that roof, and then that throws the whole path off.
Yep.
Again, nothing we can really do about it, it's just he's either going to do it or he's not. And there's not much we can really do. Alright, so I believe, is this lieutenant taken out or what? Alright, there we go. Oh, or did you take that one out?
Huh?
No. I'm trying to make sure this lieutenant's gone before I leave. Because as you know, the AI can be worthless.
Yeah, in this one, I'll be honest, I have to look at my screen and not pay attention to anything else.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you lose sight of where you are, it could completely throw you off.
Now, Miss Yogi's getting a little low on health over there, unfortunately, and that's just, just
Yeah.
part of the game. But after this, she's going to be able to go buy some flash. Alright, and I was just able to take out that other lieutenant, so I'm going to come help her.
Yeah.
So even in the unfortunate situation that Miss Yogi does get wrecked here, I am about to come over there and I will be able to revive her with one of my flashes. And then we'll go make sure she gets some. So yeah, what's in this game, if you go down, you can just, even your partners can heal you. But what's cool is if you have a flash, I go back the other way. Go see if the new flash guy's there. You need some, right? And then while you do that, I will go to the W. So this normally, this costs us a little time, but it's needed,
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you lose a little time here, but
Yeah, I mean, I had nothing. I had no flash, no health, so.
right, it saves you. There was one flash in the next level, but there's also a lot of guys we have to fight. So you sacrifice 7 or 8 seconds there, so that you don't run into a situation where you die and then we lose time.
Yep.
And now, if we were going for the record, we might let that go, but Alright, so again, we're going to skip all of these guys. Ah, crap.
Yeah, here we skip and just go up the steps.
And as you can see, when you miss those jumps, it's very aggravating.
And then one of our other favorite things in this game is when bottles are thrown at you.
Yeah,
And
these
then
guys
you're just out of commission for literally 3 seconds.
These guys will randomly throw a ball. They'll pull them out of their pocket. Alright, so I was able to pick that lock while this was going on. We jump into this door. One-time wreckage.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright. Oh, there we go. We got it.
Screw that up. Yeah.
Now we have to beat up a bunch of guys in here.
Correct.
So it's not uncommon to get a little lag in here. There's so many guys on the screen. Just kind of is what it is. One of those things. And the worst part of the lag, the lag itself is obviously aggravating, but really what's kind of frustrating beyond that is it affects everything else you do. So it's hard to get special moves off of lag. It's hard to take out a group of guys with lag. Everything gets a little tougher, unfortunately. But we're still making it happen. So now I've got a rage here. And once we finish off this level, that'll be the end of the destroyers, and we officially own Coney. So then we get to go a few other places. Oh, maybe I can get the third one off. I didn't really need to on that guy, but I did get 3 off. And that looks like that was enough guys. So while I'm chasing, I'm going to stealth behind, let's see, LC here, and he's going to lead me to where Virgil is, who's the leader of the destroyers.
Yep.
While I'm doing that, Miss Yogi is going to go get some flash that is laying on the ground.
Yep, so I can use one now. I'll get this flash here. There's actually a third one over here.
Another one of these interesting parts where we don't have to. There's actually only one stealth part in the game where you both have to do it together, and that's in one of the bonus levels.
Oh, yes. Yep. So
unless we reach a certain incentive, we won't see those.
So usually I'm just wrecking tables and boxes over here.
Now I have to stay in the shadow here because if I pop out and he sees me, that's it. We got to start this part again. And this is the last one, and then once we're past here, we're good to go. Alright, good. So now this boss fight has 3 parts. The first part's easy. The third part's good enough. The second part can be one of the most aggravating things in the game.
One thing I will say, I feel like he always throws to the back left over there. That's
Does
why
he? Yeah.
I run up right away.
Alright.
Because I just feel like it's the first thing he does.
Oh, that's good to know then. So you just got to do enough damage to him here, and of course him having Molotov cocktails he throws it does not help.
No, it doesn't.
A lot of fire on this level.
Yep.
Alright, there we go. So he runs to the next room, which I'm right by, which is good. Am I? Oh, yes, I am.
There's a lot of fun stuff in here.
This part is incredibly frustrating because I just try to run away. We're trying to avoid him because he has a move he can do where he will uppercut, where he kicks you in the junk.
Yep.
And I don't care about that, but this damn animation. takes a good 5 seconds,
I know.
and it's very frustrating.
And then he hides again, which, I mean, here was fine, but sometimes he's in a different corner, and then it's just... Get away, get away. Ah. I think sometimes, too, like, when you're just in the realm and the AI's already about to start it,
Yep.
you can't get away.
There's nothing you can do.
No.
There definitely comes a point where it just is what it is. Very frustrating.
It's like in this back corner a lot. Wait.
There it is. I'm going to try again. There we go.
This is a very frustrating part.
Yeah. And we've done this part quick before. It's just sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Alright, hey, we got enough damage for the next part. That's all that matters. So let's get on him. Now this part can be a little easier, and we actually, let's see if that strategy we came up with works. So we have one where, well, he's on fire. That's a good start.
Yeah, that's a good start. I'll take that.
So we have one where we crack him in the head with a bottle from the back. This is a slow one you can do.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know if I ever saw that before.
Alright, so I did that, and then I'm going to hit him with this bottle while he's down, and Miss Yogi's going to come up behind him, and she's going to do the same.
And I'm on fire.
And then we're all on fire. So we, in theory, we can just keep doing what we just did, and it works very well, but we didn't count on all of us catching fire at the exact same time.
Correct.
So I'll level with everyone watching this. This is not going as well as it normally does.
No.
But it just kind of is what it is. We're still going to beat him, just time-wise, this is aggravating.
Oh, I don't even have a bottle anymore.
We don't catch fire this often either. So all in all,
Fire again.
so this would not be considered a strong Virgil fight normally. See if I get a power move off on him or something. Now let's see if this Yogi gets stealthy.
No. Instead, he threw a bottle at the wall, so I mean that's always fun.
Good.
That's another
just
favorite.
as effective.
That's another favorite of mine. It's like you're holding a brick or a bottle, you have an enemy there, and it's like, oh, let me throw it at either my own teammate, the wall.
Yep.
I mean, I'm on fire again.
Yeah, the flash at least, and so am I. I want to flash it up.
I don't have any flash. I don't know where it went.
Look, didn't you have 3 of them?
All of a sudden they're gone. I'm not even kidding. I haven't even used them. So I don't know if that was a glitch or what, but.
Alright, so that's. Alright, here. We gotta go to some backups over here, which is I'm gonna get him over by the wall and see if I can head smash him. Alright, so well, that has to be a glitch then if your flash went away.
Yeah, I had 3.
Yeah. To be honest with you guys, I have no idea what's happening in this fight. This is not normally a problem. This fight's usually pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
And Miss Yogi's flash disappeared. She had 3, and they all went away. So either way, we got him down.
Very weird.
Very, very odd fight. So we found a new glitch. Apparently your flash can disappear before the fight with Virgil. That's good to know. So we probably, I'd say, all in all, we probably lost a minute on what that fight can normally be. Maybe a little more, but not much more. Because the first part was pretty standard. The second part wasn't that bad, all things considered.
That last part was bad.
The last part was brutal. Alright, so as we get into these later levels, that's where we start, you're going to start seeing a lot more co-op work. So, you know, things that, okay, you need to be doing this while I'm doing this. So this is where the co-op starts to come and play a little more. These next few levels, you can't do, I'd say this, 1, 2, the next 3 levels, there's no way you can do them as fast single player as you can co-op. Can't even come close. So this one here, so what's happening here is, there was some incident up here, and there's a lot of gangs out, and a lot of cops came out. So now we've got a situation where some of our boys are stuck here, and we've got to go save them. So the first thing we have to do is get the cop attention, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to throw guys into a train. And I think they all just got hit.
Someone there is dead, yeah.
Yep. So now the cops are going to see that and be like, hey man, someone just got hit by a train, damn. We should probably go investigate it. So we're going to scatter our AI opponent. Now this is a level where your AI, you just want him out of the way, because here's the problem. If he's with you, he's just going to get arrested and slow you down. So So the first thing you have to do in this level, if you were to actually go to the W, what you'd find out is you need $75. So before getting there, we're just going to come get $75 from this jewelry store that is in a very poor location. I feel like they're just asking to get robbed.
Yeah.
I think the opening of Police Academy 6 was them robbing a jewelry store, so it's kind of like a throwback. We're going to watch, we've been on a Police Academy run lately. I think we watched the first 3, is it? Or is it the first 2 we did?
I think 2.
We're going to watch them all though. Alright,
Is this place clear?
And yes it is, so it looks like we have enough money. Alright, so now we're going to go over to the W.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
All good. Now we're going to go to the W here. And I've got to, we all have to be here, so now I have to bring the computer player out, which is a bummer because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But there he is, that white dot on the screen. Alright, so we paid. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to run back to the train with the computer player. And Miss Yogi's going to go get the bolt cutters we need.
Oh. Yeah. I am.
Yep.
I went the wrong way.
So the reason, I mean, there's no reason.
But you didn't unlock the back, right?
No, I did not. So sometimes I'll unlock that door to make it a little quicker, but I forgot. But it's only a couple seconds, so it's not that bad, fortunately. Now, one of the reasons that I do this instead of, I mean, it doesn't really matter who does it, but one of the reasons Mrs. Yogi will always do this part is because the AI is stupid, and if I try to run over there and do it myself, he's going to get arrested and he's going to cost us a lot of time.
Correct.
Now, what's great about these bolt cutters is not, well, first off, watch, this is a fun thing on the cutscene. She's got the bolt cutters, as you see. And now I've got the bolt cutters in the cutscene.
Yep.
And now she has the bolt cutters.
Yeah. Very weird.
Good stuff. The AI getting arrested can just slow you down tremendously. But what's great about keeping the bolt cutters is they're a great weapon. The best weapons in this game are one you can do a quick 1-2 combo swing. Mm-hmm. This, the police baton.
Yep.
The big bulky weapons are just annoying.
Yeah, usually they're pretty bad. Knife, obviously, is very good, but...
Alright.
Oh, I fell.
Okay, I missed to jump into this door. So it is actually faster to go backwards and then jump into the door than it is to just say, well, I missed the jump, so I'll kick it. It's a lot faster to do that. Alright. Fortunately, those are one of those cutscenes where you don't need to be together.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I definitely went the wrong way.
One of my favorite parts. We run in here, we run up these stairs, we take a left, and we just jump out the window. Because why not?
Yep.
We got a couple guys beat down, and now we're in a fight. Now, Mrs. Yogi starting with those bolt cutters is a great start to this fight. I'm going to see if I can get out. I'm going to run away because I want a split screen. There we go.
Also got a good combo off with the AI. I'll take it.
Yep.
And then yeah, throw someone into me, so...
That music you hear is, the actual name of the band is the Angry Cocks.
Language.
Well, I mean, that's a band name, so I'm going to go ahead with it. I assume they are Rooster fanatics.
It's a safe assumption.
It is.
Alright, let's go to the second section.
So one thing that's a little rough is my life's a little tough, but there is a flash guy in the next scene, so we're going to hope against hope that he's real. Because I kind of need it. Alright, so we got a rage here, which is good. So with Cochise, if we can get 2 off. And that's actually a real band. They did music for the game. Yeah, I don't know what their deal is. Can't claim that I know them very well, but I do know them from this game, of course, so that's at least something. Alright. So after this brawl, we're actually already almost at the end of the level. It's not a super long level when done correctly, but it's one of those levels that if done incorrectly can be a giant hassle.
I still see someone alive over here.
Alright.
Oh, you're over there. Alright.
And I think that's it. I think we got them all. There we go. Alright. So there's a flash dealer right off the bat here, which we might want to visit. Hopefully he's real. And yeah, he was. I should have grabbed another one, but I don't really think it'll matter for this boss, to be honest. So me and Miss Yogi have gotten very good at taking this boss out quickly. This is one of those bosses that the first time you play the game, it's just such a pain. Then you get a little good at the game and you're like, yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
So this is Birdie.
But I will still explain one of my frustrations here.
Go ahead, yeah.
So, I'm going to throw this right now, and you would think it would keep me kind of... Did I even get him?
Nah, it's a miss, that's alright. And now it was red and it missed, mind you. There we go.
All right. Well, right now it's not happening, but you'll see it. You'll see my frustration after Mr. Yogi goes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna grab a brick. I'm gonna go in this little hideout. He's gonna throw his brick.
I don't even need to.
I'm facing outside the door right now, and now look how the camera started me.
Yep. It's a pleasure. Birdie's probably the most unique gang leader in the game in a wheelchair, and
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah,
Making stuff happen.
making stuff happen. Not letting anything hold him back. I respect that. And now we have to knock him off onto the platform. Mrs. Yogi will take care of that, and we're good to go.
Yep.
3. That is the Riffs. They are the biggest gang in the city, and they are the ones hosting this big gang meeting. And again, the whole, we're learning a lot about the Warriors, but really this whole thing is about that gang meeting. And if you've ever seen the movie, it's a spoiler, but Cleon gets accused of killing the main gang leader, and then he ends up dying, unfortunately. So we will lose Cleon at some point.
So sad.
So sad. All right, let's see. All right, now, but this next part is where we really start talking about the meeting. So we're actually going to go to Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, and we're going to help the Saracens set up the Jones Street Boys. Now this level, it can be easy, but it can be a giant hassle depending if the cops and the Jones Street Boys really get on your case. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't. I mean, there's things you can do to try to avoid it, but I have not found a way to fully avoid it.
All right. So this first part, I'm following you, correct?
Nope, the first part, I'm going to go get the car radio in the back alley. You're getting the car right here. So there's a car here you're going to get.
Oh, that's correct.
And then, and the reason Miss Yogi is asking me this is we've actually changed up strategies on this level a lot.
Yeah.
We've had to make a lot of changes on it.
That's right. Now I get this radio now. I go back to where we started.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go do my thing. Yeah, this is where we're very separated here.
Exactly. And that's one of the other tough parts of this level. So the goal in this level, we have to steal 5 car radios, and we have to steal 50 stolen goods from the stores. And what that will do is then we're going to plant those goods on the cops and the Jones Street Boys. And then we're going, because the cops and the Jones Street Boys right now have a little racket going, but we're going to turn them against each other, and then we're going to get those cops in trouble. So I'm going to break into this store, but I'm going to try to get in and out very, very quickly. Because I do not want cops showing up, because that is just a hassle. I'm going to get these, I'm not doing a very good job of it, to be honest with you. Alright, now I'm just going to try to get out of here with 10 items. 10 items is not a bad grab, you can do better, but 10 is not terrible, to be honest with you, so. Alright, now Mrs. Yogi looks like she's doing pretty well over here, which is nice. Oh, there we go.
I just had a...
Go ahead, I'll let this guy. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait, why are you over here?
Because I'm all done with what I'm doing, so I found that way is actually quicker to come.
Oh.
So one thing, on the one hand, sometimes it might seem like, oh, wouldn't it just be faster to ignore these guys? But you see that little orange arrow above. What that means is he's about to go get his gang. And if he summons gang members, that is going to be a giant hassle. Alright, so Miss Yogi, I don't know if you know where I am on the screen right now, but I am at that car where the paint dealer is.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get it.
Yeah, I'm going to get the one in this lot here.
And once she does that, that is going to be all the cars, which is going to bring us to part 2.
Oh, that guy got away. Shit.
Alright. See, now this is the shit that can happen. That guy got away, so he's probably going to find guys to come beat her up. Yep. Not much we can do about it. She'll just try to get away.
I don't even know how that guy got there.
Now you saw it flashed bonus on my screen. That means I got the lock correct, which hopefully means the cops won't come because I did not set the alarm off.
Alright, now what do you need me to do here?
Just come in the store I'm in right now. Go, you clear that store out, I'll go to the next one. So unfortunately we got Jones Street Boys bearing down on us. Not much we can do about it. They're just here, so we're probably just going to have to take a minute to beat them up. And this is one of those things we talk about where, this level can be easy, but can also be a giant hassle. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and ask Miss Yogi when she's done there to come help me out with these guys.
Yep. We've definitely done this before without getting all this attention, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
now there's cops.
This
This is where this level can just go to hell.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, then you have a couple options at this point on how you want to handle it. And unfortunately, what we're going to have to do in this case, because of how many people are here, is just clear them all out.
Yeah. Yep.
So if this did not happen, we might already be planting stuff in cop cars, which would mean we'd almost be done with the level. But, you got to have those backup strats ready, of course. And here's where rage can really be important, because now I'm going to be able to take out 2 or 3 guys. And Cowboy was able to get off 3. Did we clear everyone out? Or is there one guy left over here, I see? Oh, this guy's cuffed, well, let's take him out.
There's a cop coming.
Alright, so if you can just take care of him for a moment. Alright. Alright. Alright, so 36, so we have a few more we've got to steal. So we only have 7 more to steal, which isn't that bad. And I think I should have enough back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and tell me there's 2 more back here. Of course there's not, but that's alright. So we're going to go back to the beginning of the level because there's a liquor store there we can rob. So Mrs. Yogi, if you want to start heading back toward the beginning. I believe this one is easy to get a little crossed up. And actually, you know what? There's a jewelry store right here. I'm just going to do it. Do you want to start heading back toward the beginning? I think it's that way you're going, yeah.
Here?
Yeah, this level's a little easy to get crossed up in. Oh, you know what? We don't even have to break into the electronics store anymore. I'm just noticing.
This completely turned me around. That was weird.
All good.
This way?
Yep. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to plant loot. There's cops right there, but I don't think it really matters by this point. So that part of the level you saw, it could have gone better, but all things considered, it wasn't terrible. But what's good about this level is once you're done with that, the rest of this is pretty easy. So I got over to the car here. I'm going to plant some stuff. And of course, then you press triangle, it jumps on the car. That can be a frustrating
that happens all the time.
So now we're going to run over to the hideout because we're going to plant some stuff there. And one fun fact about this hideout is this W is interesting where, because of the placement, Miss Yogi doesn't actually have to be too close to me. She can just kind of be in the general vicinity on the ground, and it will count her as though she's close to it. All right.
Except I got crossed up.
Of course, that's all right. There we go.
Yeah, I'm somewhat close to it, so it's okay.
So another place where 2-player pays off, what's good about this is Miss Yogi does not have to come in here. So she's going to go ahead and just run to where the end of the level is going to be. So at the second I finish planting this stuff, rather than me having to run back there, she's already there.
You get to hear these good tunes.
It's a good song. Warriors has a great soundtrack. You can't go wrong there. There, it looks like someone's brawling outside. They might be fighting the cops. And that's it. Now she's going to run to the end of the level. And success. So not terrible, could have gone better. So there's definitely a couple levels so far where we could have had some better luck. Especially, so what happened there? Because I saw you beating all those guys up, but one guy just happened to see you.
I don't know. I think I thought he was dead, and he might have gotten up and ran. So that was my fault. I was already mid-car stereo stealing, so...
All good. And now we get to what is the biggest time saver or loser of the run, because this is the train yard that we talked about earlier. And basically this is either... I think in our best runs we've done this in under 7 minutes. And I think in our world record run we're at like 11.
Oh yeah.
So, there's a lot of time that can be saved. But there's not much you can do about this level. You're either got lucky or you didn't. Alright, we're heading up the next level. So full disclosure, we are here in the mountains of Colorado, and in the middle of this level we had a power outage. So we're just firing it back up again. So we're just splicing it, we're just starting this level fresh coming after the other one. Obviously if we were going for a world record here, we know that wouldn't count, but for the purposes of this submission, I'm hoping it's not an issue. And here's the thing, the train yard run we were doing before was actually pretty good. So maybe you'll actually get to see how the train one can go wrong. I think that's probably what it was it was going too well, and the marathon gods were like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. So
everyone knows how much I love this level. I have to do it twice now.
Pumped. I love it. He gets so excited and points to that train. It's
He
right
just
here.
really alerted our dog.
Oh yeah. Alright. The other dog's still passed out. Alright, so the purpose of this one right here is we are trying to go all city by putting our name all over some trains here. So I've got to tag this first one, and then as we proceed into the level, the next one we've got to tag 4 trains, and then we've got to tag 2 more at the end. So in theory, what you'll see is we'll each go to our assigned trains and we'll tag them and all will go well. What'll probably happen is we'll get beat up by a bunch of moon runners and cops and security guards. Alright, but let's go. You guys prepared for a sick fight? Here it comes. Huge fight.
Big stuff. Well, you got stuck. Ha ha ha.
Whatever. You're gonna punch once, maybe twice.
Apparently I got slow though, so it didn't matter.
Alright, so here we go. Alright, so now we're coming into this little area where we're going to... You can actually take out that picnic table by jumping into it. So again, I want you to imagine jumping knee first into a picnic table and trying to figure out how that would go.
We should do it.
Done. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these keys just in case someone gets arrested. Then you don't have to do that. Unlock cuff mechanic, you can just go ahead and use keys. Alright, so I took the radio out. So Miss Yogi is going to take this guy out, but I'm going to hit him with a couple of these guys down. And now she's going to finish him off. She gets a flash and the best weapon in the game, the baton.
Correct. Although I dropped it in the other run before the power went out, so now hopefully I keep this baton.
Alright. Go ahead.
Because this part up here sucks.
Yes. So Miss Yogi did get 1 flash from him. I get 2 flashes on this roof that they're nice enough to give you. Because here's the thing, you're really going to need them.
Yeah.
If there is one level where you can, where the a run can end because you just died getting beat up by people, this is probably it. There's a lot that can go wrong in this level.
Yeah, so this guy.
For example, I just got hit with an iron rake before the level even started, and now he's trying to paint even though it's not what I'm trying to do. So you're already getting a good. So this is already.
Yeah, look at the
gang
gang in here.
Yep.
I mean, how did you guys see me? I'm inside something.
Yeah, they spotted Miss Yogi through a wall, literally.
Like I dropped a flash. I'll take it.
Alright, cool, not bad.
I just grasped air like 9 times in a row. That's always
Sounds
fun.
about right. Yeah, going for the grapple can be a real hassle sometimes. I don't know why, but they'll just miss guys and you start grabbing the air.
That lagged. That was fun. I did get 2 kills off.
Excellent. Oh, with your rage?
Yeah.
Well, at least now you can all see when this can go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this was a waste of my time. Having to wait for that. Wait to kill these guys.
Did I make it? Yes, I did. Alright, 1 more. So it's funny, this is a good comparison. You can see how smooth my paint is on the left versus what Miss Yogi's dealing with. And that's not because she's erratically slamming the control. It goes back to what we said before. Some guys have better control over their painting, and Rembrandt's the best.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I'm not as good as him anyway, just because he's played this more, but I mean, this is like, it's just more erratic.
I spent a good chunk of my 2006 playing this game. Me and my buddy Dan in college.
You guys are cool.
Oh yeah, getting all the ladies. Ladies be coming to the house when we playing the Warriors, and I mean, that was it. Oh, and here we go. Now I'm gonna have a whole bunch of guys on me. And this is a level where those head slams just pay such dividends. Because not only do you wreck guys fast, but it causes you to get your rage a lot quicker. And in a level like this, these one-hit takeouts are really helpful. And they keep spraying paint in my face. Nothing annoying about it. So yeah, when you see this, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the level where we have to fight the hi-hats, but if you see the screen blur out like that, it is not a glitch. Someone is hitting me in the face with mace or spray paint or some sort of chemical. Alright. Alright, so I was able to take these guys out. One of them dropped a flash. Oh. And there's Miss Yogi to help me out.
Yeah, I got the rest of your first tag while you were killing guys.
Oh, good.
Now there's just one guy we gotta beat up. For now. Do you want to go to that last one and I'll do this last tag?
Sure.
Since you're better at it.
So we're going to do that there. Miss Yogi's going to tackle this one. And then I think the roof we need to get on is this one right here.
Yep.
What the hell is the other one? Is that
I thought it was right next to it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's in the train right behind me.
Oh, behind you. I went the wrong way then.
Oh.
That's my bad.
Well, this one done fighting anyway, so just...
That's fine. Alright, I'm
Did you
right.
get to it now?
Yeah, I'm coming right over. That's it. Miss Yogi.
Oh, I'm gonna come help you out anyway, because
Miss Yogi and I got a little crossed up, but the point is we're there now. And I just see a whole bunch of dots coming at me.
Yep, I see him. Oh, this is that same section where I was fighting like 1,000 guys before.
Yep. Alright, hold on. We might actually be alright here. This is just this one guy so far.
Oh, my name is...
Nope. What was I thinking?
Get up, get up, get up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all at how well we were doing and then this happened. Not even a little surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, that was going really well, actually.
Yep.
Just so you know, guys, that was not too bad.
So good. I'm glad, though, because the odds of this level going that well are pretty slim, so maybe it's better you see this chaos that you're seeing right now. Alright, now if you can come take the security guard out, I'll finish painting and we should be good. Alright. Although for all that's happened, we're recovering pretty nicely, which is nice. Getting a little lag here, but...
I think it's because of my,
Rage?
Yeah.
That's fine, it's actually helped me paint a bit. Alright, so we are done, so now we can get out of here. Leave.
Which way is it?
Actually, are we not done? Oh no, I've got one more to go, sorry.
Yeah.
Got a little overexcited. Well, that's alright. This Yogi is really keeping him at bay. And I gotta stress, if you run into this much trouble, single player, and you're just relying on the AI, you might as well forget it. There's no way the AI could be as helpful. Alright, now we're good. Let's go.
See, now it's the other way, though. Were you running the wrong way?
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah.
Alright, excellent.
Go up the steps, apparently. That's right. You can get it.
Alright, excellent. Alright, so now we've got two more to do. And again, in theory, Mrs. Yogi is going to go ahead and grab the one right underneath us.
Yep.
And I'm sure everyone's going to leave her alone. There won't be any
Definitely.
issues.
No questions.
And the randomness of this level is just so frustrating because we've run this again. I mean, I think we've done this level in just over 7 minutes. And we could even do better. We could do better than that. But then again, in our world record run, I think it was like 13. We could absolutely have been under 2 minutes. I mean, under 2 hours. Excuse me.
There's a cop in here.
Damn. All right, hopefully it's just the one. And that's a shame because I'm running into no issues over here whatsoever. So God forbid. Arrest. Alright, so I had a flawless one over here, but that was because nobody was near me. So now, normally I just try to take off for the end, but I'm going to go see if I can assist Miss Yogi in here, or if Miss Yogi just takes that cop out. Excellent. So you just, alright, I'm doing the tag, so just finish him off.
Yep.
What do you have, a wrench?
Yeah, I found one.
Ah, just a wrench
Alright,
lying
you're
around.
gonna do it?
Yeah.
Alright, so should I just leave? Do you need me in here?
Yeah, you know what? Just as long as, let me just get halfway through this one to make sure no one runs in. So there's a guy right there, for example, but I think Fox has him. Alright, and yeah, go ahead.
I only like trying to get a head start. I'm not trying.
Nah.
ditch Mr. Yogi, but it's just that things can go wrong on this running across the train section. So
A lot of things can go wrong.
like my dog kicking me when I'm jumping. That's
Which you all can't see, but I assure you is happening right now. Luna really likes to kick.
in her sleep.
And when she wakes up.
I almost missed that. Oh, the last jump I almost missed. I got really lucky.
Oh, I almost missed too.
The last one on this wall should be the easiest one, and I swear I almost missed it.
Well, this is the first time we ever did a run and we lost about 3 minutes here was because of me. It was because of that last
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. I missed the very last one and then it was in my head and I couldn't get back to it.
Alright, where's this other guy?
I have no idea what he's doing. There he is.
Oh, there he is. And this is another fun thing with this game. A lot of times we're just kind of running in circles, and then
Yep.
but that was actually quick.
Alright, so that one wasn't actually bad, but the first one was going much better.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're at the... So if we were doing this, if we had the incentive to do the bonus levels, this is where the incentive... This is how much time we'd have to meet that incentive, because right here is where we'd say, okay, did we meet the incentive to do the bonus levels? Let's do it. And if we do the bonus levels, I'd say that adds, what would you say, half an hour to the run?
Yeah.
About 5
like
levels. I'm being safe, probably half. Maybe I'd say 35 being safe. Only because one of the levels is a pretty long one. The Boppers one. But we're going to start the end run of the game. So as far as this run goes, we would have... If we didn't do the bonus levels, this is the last time we would be here at the hangout. Gun Hill. So Gun Hill can be one of the most frustrating levels in the game, but again, we got a little better at it, learned some strats. So what just happened is we had the giant gang meeting that was supposed to unite everyone. Someone from the Rogues shot Cyrus, who was the leader of the big gang. Then he blamed the Warriors. And then Cleon was taken out, unfortunately, so we no longer have Cleon. And now we're just trying to get back to Coney, but every single gang in the city thinks that we're responsible for the death of Cyrus. So needless to say, they are not thrilled with us. There's a barbed wire bat there that's, you can always grab for fun if you want. And amazingly, a baton is still a better weapon than that barbed wire bat. Because of the smoothness. Alright, so now, this guy comes out with a machete, and I like to meet him right out the gate because if you do not take the machete guy out, he can really cause a headache for you. But I'll throw him into the fire, he'll catch fire, which helps. And took him out. What's good about that is we can now grab this machete. Oh, I dropped $46 too, that was nice of him. So the machete was helpful in taking some dudes out. So Miss Yogi finishes that last guy off, I'll get close to the W.
Alright, we're gonna stealth this guy.
Yeah, so this part, we do things pretty specifically. We stealth that guy there.
Now we run around this way.
And then we come that way, which I always forget. Miss Yogi is always here to remind me.
Oh, no, I missed this.
Is there a flash over there or just
Oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. Where am I going?
That's...
Oh, this way.
I'm going to take this guy out real quick, just because it's actually going to be faster to take him out than it is to deal with the fact that he's going to call a bunch of henchmen. And now that they found us, we're going. The trickiest part in this thing is actually getting your AI player to follow you. Because if he doesn't, and the next thing you know, you're spending all your time worrying about what he's doing, you're in a lot of trouble. Alright, Miss Yogi's over there. By just
you can
picking
do
this
that.
lock.
I'm just gonna punch
And I was able to get it, and we're just going to go. Over here, I'm going to see if he's got anything, and he does. So, because this level can be a real hassle, as you're probably about to find out. And there's a lot of guys in here, and that doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does.
Oh, machete guy's after me.
Oh,
Need
no.
some assistance here.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, I already lost like a flash and a half because of this.
Well, there's not usually this many guys in here either, so we got chased down by a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Now, Mrs. Yogi's gonna die, which is frustrating. However, that's not that... It won't be a problem because I luckily have 3 flashes. So we're gonna be able to...
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, that's alright. So Miss Yogi's dead. However... I'm going to be able to go revive her. Now, if she had a flash, the AI would actually lift her up, which is nice. Alright. Alright, so that is actually not usually that crowded. I don't really know what happened there, to be honest.
Yeah, there's usually like 3 guys there.
Yeah. So, but you know what, is what it is, and again, I'd rather run this where we can see some stuff that goes wrong than assuming it's just going to be a nice, friendly, clean run.
What does he turn around over here?
There we go. That's alright, so, come up this stairs, there we go. Well, you know what the problem is? We're always thinking ahead, we always think it's the next part that we're at. Because this part,
the roof.
We always think we're immediately on the roof. Alright, so this guy we're going to try to stealth if we can. Alright, we couldn't stealth him, but we're just going to take him out. And while we're doing that, Miss Yogi, you going to take off or no?
I'm going to take off.
Yeah, so Miss Yogi's going to take off and try to get to where we need to go. And this is why you try to take off, because guys will get on you real quick. There's 2 ways you can go to get to that part.
Yeah, I mean, I know what that's like, because I get stuck on those stairs all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm going to I'll fight in here until you get here.
I'm coming. And again, alright, Ajax. So really, the only thing that can really slow you down here is if Ajax, the AI, isn't near you. But once he is, you're good. Alright, so now we can just get going. Proceed to the next part, which is taking out all these gentlemen. Miss Yogi was able to take out the guy who had the machete.
Yeah, grab it. No, he grabbed it again.
Oh,
Come on. I was mid-move. I couldn't, like, you know what I mean? I couldn't go and get it.
And I got it. So there we go.
Alright, so you just go ham.
So I was able to get 2 guys with it. So that's good. So we've actually, here's the thing, we've actually been taking more loss, more life loss or health loss in this than usual. But the good thing is this, from here on out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Alright. So we'll get to this next part where we have to sneak past the guys. And what we're going to do is, if you can stealth take out or just in general take out this one guy who's going to be, let's see. There we go, okay. So we try to avoid that truck right off the bat, because there is a truck watching you on the road, and if he gets a hold of you, it's, or if they see you, it becomes a huge hassle. So first thing we're going to do is take this guy out. And again, the reason we're going to take this guy out is because it's actually going to be a lot easier to do the rest of this without him. Now Miss Yogi can get rolling if she wants.
Yeah, I'll go. Get a little turned around here, so I might as well get ahead.
Yeah. It's, you know, this game, it's so, even if we've played it a lot of times, and it's still so easy to get turned around because of just how similar everything looks and because the camera. You can see that the camera just, this was before they really had this kind of, you know, these kind of games figured out as far as camera angles and co-op goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to try to pick this lock. But I gotta wait for...
Someone else still not here?
One of our guys is not here. And this is unfortunately where you can get held up. And this is just an example of the AI holding us up.
Where is
By
he?
now, they should all be here. Alright, an example, there you go. An example of something glitchy that can happen. It said you gotta wait for your war party, they were all here.
Yep.
That's just gonna happen sometimes. The Swan is not very good at lock picking, but luckily we made it happen there. So this is the last fighting we're going to do on this level. After this, it's just one part where, again, runs can die depending on what happens. There's a couple of those in the game, as we've seen, not counting power outages. Alright, we're going to take, oh, we got a hat there. Excellent. Although I think that's just Cowboy's hat, so he's going to be mad at me.
Yep. How dare you?
So this next part can be a run killer.
Yep.
Because you'll see what it is, and the problem is, once you get going, once you get going one time and you mess it up, then it kind of gets in your head. So it's really just more of a mental challenge. In the 100%, this is one of the hardest levels because you can only find paint, so you have to find enough paint, and there's like 10 tags. So, here we go. We're going to need some focus on this one.
Yeah. Unless I get into a box and then, you know. Oh. I messed that up.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Oh, how did you die?
I think you bumped into me when you dove, and it slowed me down.
Alright, that was my fault, everyone. I don't know why I pressed square.
Which, by the way, every single time we've run this, you got to press X because you were technically that has never happened. Pressing square.
Me pressing the wrong one.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell I'm not in a speed run thing today.
Yeah,
speed
right.
run brain.
That's all right. All right, let's see if we can focus on this one.
I did hit a box there for a second.
Yep. Well, I saw.
One is also kicking me.
Good times. Yeah, Luna will not be kicking us at the run, so that's good.
That helps.
Now 3 triangles in a row, and we're good. And that.
I pressed triangle there and he punched.
Well, you know what? It's this can happen. And it's on our world record, of course, we did it flawlessly. And in practice, because we practice this level now, and we usually do it flawlessly. So it's only when we're preparing for a run that this is going to happen.
Yep. It's been Mrs. Yogi.
It's all good.
That's been causing problems here.
I'll blame Luna for kicking you. I know nobody.
Well, the first one, no. This one, yeah. The first time I hit square, so that's. What did you just hit me? You just. I punched me out.
No, I pressed X to go through the box and he shoulder butted you. So this is 2 things that has never happened before to us on this part. This is very uninspiring.
That's actually weird because I've been running ahead of you before and I haven't got hit by you.
Exactly. That's the thing. That and the square thing have never happened. Now, let's try again.
Those have been fun.
Oh yeah, very inspiring run.
Yep. Definitely gonna get picked.
All right. Well, here's the good news. You can see even if this goes wrong, it doesn't cost you a ton of time because
you start there.
You start right there.
Oh my God! Now I'm in your head.
Yep. That's all that's happening is it's getting in our head now, and that's like I said. If you mess it up one time, it gets in your head. We can. I assure you, we can do this flawlessly most times. So what is that? 0 for 4 now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we have speed runs at least that show that, but
exactly. You can go to speedrun and check it out and see that we have done this perfectly.
It's interesting. I'm wondering if I don't know if it would matter. I'm wondering if not having sound is affecting this at all for us because I don't know. It's weird that the one time we don't have sound. This is the 5th time we have to try this.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. That's fair. And even if it's not true, I'm going to blame it.
All right, that's fine.
All right, 3 triangles in a row. There it is. All right.
Yeah.
I guess 4 technically, but.
Well, guys, you got to see 2 things that never happened before.
That's right.
Me pressing square, which is just me being blonde, and then Mr. Yogi hitting me.
Good times. So that's but hey, that's a good example, and that's why we gave the estimate. We'd probably give an estimate of about, I'd say 220, 225, just for that reason right there. Stuff
like a GDQ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how fast I am, just way ahead.
You are really fast.
Oh yeah, so that right there, that is the voice of Carmen Sandiego host, which is pretty awesome. Although I think by the time they did this, I think she had passed away already.
Oh, but, really?
Yeah, I think so. But they might have just done well, actually no, that was 06. When did she die? It was a while ago. They might have just used her audio from the movie. So hey, you know what? We just got to recover from that. But again, I feel like it's probably better to submit a run where you say, okay, hey, here's what can go wrong.
Yeah. I would be incredibly embarrassed if that happened at GDQ. So.
Oh, I'd never show my face in public again.
But.
Best part, just diving into dudes. So we're running into the orphans again because we're around their space and they're not liking it. And you would have seen Mercy show up again. And the reason I keep bringing her up is because she's going to show up as a character soon, and you're going to be like, I don't understand who this woman is who's with you.
Yeah, especially since we're not showing cutscenes, so.
Yep.
It's,
Come on, give me 3. Give me 3. I didn't quite. I got 2 off, not bad. And as you see, camera, sometimes you get stuck behind a pole or something, so a lot of things can go wrong.
Oh yeah, I love that. When there's like a tree somewhere.
Yep.
You can't see anything. It's good times.
All right.
There's gonna be some extra guys that come. Are they already out?
We're trying to figure out a way if there's any way to despawn extra guys who come, but I don't think so. We've tried a few things. Thanks. Alright, my controller got wonky because we're on the same screen.
Yeah.
Excellent. I wish there was a way to permanent split, but I don't believe there is. Oh, we got double rage. Alright, I don't even know if we need it at this point, but just in case.
Not really. The guy just grabbed to do something. He couldn't even get anything off because he had like one red dot left on his health.
Alright.
I think it's just this guy that we're beating up.
She's about to take him out, and then I will be right at the red ready to go.
If the AI didn't get away, it'd be great.
Yep. There we go. So this next part we recently developed a great strat for. We've got to uncuff and save a bunch of guys and get them to the park. So this used to take us a while, but we actually just put something nice together for this.
Yeah, of course we'll see how it goes today.
Of course. Alright, so I got coaches.
So I get that flash
So
right.
for these cops hitting me, this has never happened to me before. Usually we're always out of here by the time they're
Oh, and I just fell here. And I just took my the thing just took the flash that I take for the that I need to revive that guy.
Of course it did. So
I mean, this is actually like the worst way this could have started for me because I actually need that flash to revive the guy.
yeah.
And now you're gonna have to get a flash to do that, which would never happen during the run.
No. That was
I mean, he fell off this wall here, and it
Yeah.
took the flash. So I don't know what just happened.
and I've also never been attacked while trying to save this guy here, so here's the good news, everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Which
Can
again
I call us Rembrandt or whoever that is that I just saved?
my god.
So as I get these guys, Mr. Yogi is kind of like saying, let's go, and he's gonna wrangle in the warriors that I'm saving here.
Yep.
Now,
in theory.
Now I should have been able to save the next guy, but now I don't have a flash, so...
So you can break into that
I can
store
go
there.
here.
I have not been able to uncuff this guy yet. Again, something that has never, ever, ever been a problem. And it just keeps to fall. Wow. Alright. Alright, here's the good news, guys. If you ever want to see what a Warriors run that just falls apart looks like, this is it.
Well,
And yet, we're still doing fine. Allegedly.
there's a guy...
I can't believe how many
I
cops
think
are on
someone
me.
else just got arrested.
Yeah, there was a guy who was with me. Two of them did. So we're actually off to... It is not usually this rough a start, to be honest with you. And unfortunately, this cutscene screws with Mrs. Yogi, and then things like that happen.
Yeah, I mean, that I was in the middle of uncuffing someone, and now I'm about to be arrested. My L1 and R1 is not registering anything.
Yeah, it's been a little weird. I was having a little trouble with the uncuffing myself.
What is that?
I don't know.
What? Are you kidding me right now?
There you go. Did you get it?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just...
That was insane. Alright, I'm gonna get into the park. This guy's with me.
I mean, it's not even...
Oh, so it's happening to you too?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble with it right now. But,
Alright.
fortunately, got it there.
Is that the last guy?
It might be. Well, I mean, he might be about to get arrested again. Hold on, maybe he broke away. Yeah, this is, I'm blaming that power outage for everything right now because a lot of things fell apart after that. Do we have anyone else, or is that it? No, we have one more.
Who else? Oh, well, so usually there's a plan here. So I get two guys. I think I get Rembrandt and Ajax.
Yeah.
And then
And you save
get
that one
and I
guy.
save the guy with the flash. So I got those three.
So I
This
usually...
one a little wrong for you, I think, because
Right.
guys got arrested more.
This is a guy that I normally get, but the problem was just there was nothing I could do about it because we had to save a bunch of guys who got arrested. So again, you know, you've seen a couple of levels now back to back where, you know, well actually, what was the last? Oh yeah, gun hell. So you've seen a couple levels in a row where things went wrong.
Train yard too.
Well, the train yard actually,
In a way.
that's true because we
Isn't
started strong. We had that first good run
Yeah, because
that
I
fell
mean,
apart.
I had people near me at the train. Nice kicks.
Oh yeah?
I had people near me when I was tagging that first train, and then the second train, the cop came after me, so.
Right. So hey, that's good. So when we get this time at the end, you know, whatever this time is, understand that we've probably lost a good 10 minutes to some real bad RNG that doesn't usually pop up. Again, when I uncuffed that guy at the start of the level, I've never been hit by a cop there once. And then for some reason, it was being a little fickle with the uncuffing, so, for both of us. So now we know.
I'm ashamed.
I am. Don't worry though, the GDQ run's gonna be great. I will get the cast of the Warriors to come. They can't be doing much these days.
Are they alive?
Yeah, sure. Actually, no, some of them are. I know they did a reunion thing. Interestingly here, if you run in the street, the guys chasing you will not come after you. Right now we're getting chased down by the baseball furies. But they won't come in the street because they're smart. You don't just run in the middle of the street.
I care less about that and more about not, like, running into garbage cans.
Agreed.
You know?
Yeah, because even they won't usually catch you or anyway if you have a clear path. Yeah, the garbage cans can be a little brutal. Now, what's good about this is only one of us has to make it. So,
yeah.
For example, I got a weak fence jump, so if these guys kill me, it doesn't matter as long as Mrs. Yogi makes it, we're good.
Yeah. Should be good. Ajax throwing me off, he's like all up in my face on the screen.
Of course he is. I don't know how none of those guys got me, but they didn't. So this is actually one of the more iconic scenes in the movie, running from the Furies. So as you saw, I fell down, but Miss Yogi got us to the next checkpoint, and that's all that matters.
Did you fall?
Yep.
I missed it.
Truth be told, since we had our power outage, I've slacked a little bit. I was in that
We were
mode.
thrown off, yeah.
Alright, let's see.
Furies are waiting.
I see.
I don't think. No, here comes the part where one of us is not going to make it in
Yep,
the cutscene.
that's right.
Ooh, right on me. Ooh, alright, well. Apparently I'm not as fast as I think I am. So you had a slow fence jump though.
Yep. Damn slow fence jump. Wow.
Did you see that?
Did it take a flash?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even pressing the what do you call it? The directional buttons.
That's odd. Alright, we'll have to take a look at that. This Yogi's playing with a control we just got recently, so maybe it's not working. We'll have to get on that. But in the meantime, here's the good part. She actually didn't have to.
Yeah, I know this rod, but it's a frustration for me to deal with after the fact.
So the reason I'm hanging by the wall is, of course, because beating these guys up myself, wall smashes are going to be the best way to go about it.
Yep. Well, I guess until you can't grapple anymore.
It's true. Alright, Ajax, very nice. And we're going to get a rage. And hopefully we can clear all three of these guys. Except, when you grab air, that's difficult. There we go, there's one. There's two.
He was a little far away, unfortunately.
That's alright though, but I think we got him anyway.
Alright.
And usually the last one drops a flash. Yep.
Very nice, very nice.
Alright, so we took those guys out, but now a whole bunch of people are coming after him, so we gotta go save these guys.
Yep. I usually skip this guy. You like to
Yeah, I'll give him a little. Okay.
give him a little love back there?
Yep. And he drops the flash as well. Very nice. Alright. So now this is actually one of the bigger brawls in the game. You have to beat up a lot of baseball furies in this
Yeah,
one.
there are a lot of guys here, but luckily, you got walls,
Yep.
bats.
The biggest thing to do here is you want to get the you definitely want to get your rage, because if you can get a rage built up, that's how you can save. This is a fight where you can actually save a lot of time. Most of the time throughout the game, there's not a lot of non-boss fights where you can really save time, but this is one of them.
Of course, I wanted to grab that flash, and then you got it.
Oh, you got one at least. Alright. And this can be one of the difficult parts about in this game of co-op. You want to try to stay away from each other, because then you get crossed up, you're trying to grab the same guys, you can hit each other, it can be a real hassle. guys is down. So we can revive computer guys. Sometimes you just got to figure out if it's worth it, but I think in this case it might be. And especially because these guys drop a lot of flashes. You can actually only carry a max of 3 flash unless you do a side mission in Coney, where that'll allow you to carry 4. So doing the side missions back at the hangout is what allows you to do certain things, like certain extras. For example, you can get brass knuckles, which increases your punching power. But ultimately, that stuff you just can't do in the run because you'll lose too much time. Alright.
Of course, in my rage, I tried to grab someone and AI took them, so now I only got 1 move off.
Yep, see that's
always fun, man.
there's a flash for you over there.
It's a complete waste.
Yeah, unfortunately, the AI is just... It's not just that they're not that helpful, they're probably a detriment more often than not. Because of things like that. So for example, I'm going to grab this guy and I'm going to do it, and then they come over and grab him out from underneath you and throw a weak punch, so instead of taking that guy out,
yep,
all you've done is waste your time. Right. So I think we should be about there. We're getting close anyway. Miss Yogi's rage will certainly help.
Is there anyone else near me? Unfortunately, no. I hate when I get my rage in, it's like... everyone disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Alright, but I think you're on the last guy.
Yeah, we're going to rage him, so we should be good. And get ready to go up the stairs. Ah, there we go. So all in all, that actually wasn't that bad of a fight. I'd say that was probably average.
Now here's one of the easier boss fights.
Yeah, this is
this is not difficult, right?
No, not at all. It's funny, once you just start getting some shots off on this guy, he'll just basically stand there unless you hit him. And Miss Yogi loves all the little baseballs getting thrown at you during this level.
Yeah,
for some reason.
I think with the sound effects you actually hear like a little pop sound. I don't know, it's just ridiculous to me. Because they just look like little snowballs.
Yep.
These are the things that interest me, guys.
Big stuff. Alright, so yeah, our boss here, we can actually just keep waffling him.
I don't even know what's going on my screen. Do you see this?
Yep.
That's crazy. I'm trying to get the other guys. Come on.
Yeah, that's what's easy about this boss. You can really just keep waffling him with hits.
Well, that guy had $27.
Good for him. Big money. So I've got a rage, but there's no real reason to use it. There's a flash there, no reason to really get it because it won't carry over anyway. And then you can pick up his monster bat after. Start decking guys with it.
Well, he was kind of dead anyway. Alright.
That's fine. So this Yogi's down because
Oh,
I
you
wrecked
killed
him with
me.
the bat, but I wrecked the other guy at the same time. Ajax decides he wants to try to hit on the lady in the park. Turns out she's an undercover cop looking for gang members, and he's arrested, so we just lost one. Probably our strongest guy.
Oh, no. I don't know what we're going to do.
It's a shame. Alright. So actually almost done, just 17 and 18 left. So Bowery, we actually run into this all-female gang, the Lizzies. And they're being very sweet to us, inviting us into their place to hang out, have a couple drinks. But, you know what, there could be treachery afoot. So the first thing you want to do is attack her right off the bat, because that triggers this scene, which is what's really going on here. What's really happening is they're trying to shoot us, and this is where we find out that they think we took out Cyrus. Because she says, oh, you're the guys who shot Cyrus. So that part's pretty quick.
Bad reputation for no reason.
Yep. Hard times. So now there's a fight in the bathroom. We're getting chased down by the punks. And as you see, Miss Yogi actually figured out that you can leave the stall and beat them up before the cutscene.
Yeah, but then I'm back in the stall. Oh, no, I'm not.
Yep. Well, for the cutscene you are.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Alright, so what's good about these guys is they all have knives, and if you can get a knife, we've said the baton's the best weapon in the game. I mean, truth be told, it's the knife. Because you can one-hit kill a bunch of dudes. Or one-hit knockout, whatever it is. I still haven't really figured it out.
It's definitely my favorite in here when I get one screen.
No question. Alright, so there you see Mercy running around, and she's actually going to come into play, because you've got to protect her in a minute. And it is a giant hassle.
Yeah.
So as she's getting grabbed. I don't know why they're trying to grab her. She hasn't done anything. But you've got to protect her, because if anyone gets a hold of her and they take enough life off her, that's it, you're done. And it is not hard to drain her life.
No. Are you around her? Are you checking out the scene?
Yeah, hold on, she's right over there. Let me just see if I can get a couple of stabs off. Oh, yep, someone's on her. And I was able to get him off, fortunately.
Oddly enough, I couldn't get a knife in this one.
Really?
No.
Well, that's why it took us a little longer than normal.
I couldn't for the life of me find anyone that had to drop a knife.
I got a couple, so that helped. Usually, I mean, we've done this fight in like 45 seconds. But I think a big part of that is you got to find the knives.
Yeah.
That still wasn't bad, though.
Yeah, usually I kill a few guys right off the bat with a knife. Nah.
Right. That's fine. Well, here's what's good, GDQ. You are not seeing the most optimal run of this game, so I can't think, based on what's happened the last few levels, I can't see a scenario where we'd show up and the game would go worse than this.
No. Like I said, I would just run away, never to be seen again.
Exactly. Be humiliated. So we're actually coming up to the end here. And the rogues, we're back in Coney. And the rogues are in town, driving their hearse of all things. And this one's interesting. They just have you press different buttons to get away.
Yeah.
Very challenging.
Which one's that?
What was that?
So which one are these buttons?
Oh, that's right. What? We say very challenging, and then, we're about to get hit here. I think we made it. Yeah.
He's just, like, for some reason, second player is always slower.
It is true, actually. It's
I don't know what the deal is. I'm pressing the button as fast as you are.
Yep. During those scenes, it's very weird. All right, so what we do here is we fight Luther, who is the leader of that gang, and he was also in some great movies. He was in Commando. What else was he in? We just watched something with him recently. He was in The Goonies. No, not The Goonies. We did just watch that, and someone else was in that we didn't know about. Well, I forget, but he's in a bunch of the Schwarzenegger movies, which is great, so you can't go wrong there. Let's see if I can hold him. There we go. That's a good one to get off. Alright, so then this next part here is the end of the game. And it can be very challenging. Because he's got, he's shooting at us from back there. And you have to hit him with bottles. But I'll tell you, it can be very hard to get. Alright, Miss Yogi.
I missed it. Well, I don't know.
Did you? No, I don't know, because the first hit doesn't always take life off, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But
I had it red, but didn't matter.
Yeah, that's not always worth a lot. And I'm just going to run out and throw one at him because the control's being fickle. Alright. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw life come off at least.
I was able to get, alright, good. So this is the midway point.
You're saying now there's going to be some dudes that come out, correct?
Yeah. So we have found the fastest way to handle this is rather than trying to go up there and hit them while these guys are out messing with us, it's actually a lot faster to just kill these guys and then not have to deal with it. So there's one more coming, I believe.
Yeah, usually there is. I don't know where he is.
Oh, there he is. So Miss Yogi is probably going to try to take him.
Yeah, where is he?
Well, now we got to get him back here first. Or you're going to just take him out there. And of course he shot you.
No, there's two though.
Is there?
Yeah. I mean, I threw this guy.
You do have a flash if you need it, of course. And I got hit.
Is this guy still alive, or is he? Yeah, there he is. All right, I'm gonna obviously take care of this while you're doing that.
And sometimes you can be standing directly behind cover, and this guy still hits you. So it can be, again, this can be a very frustrating and challenging fight. And again, I felt like we were running this pretty well, and then we had a couple of things hit us hard at the end there. Let's see. All right, so now we're at the end.
Yep.
So time is, we throw this knife at him, and this is stuck. So, there we go. That scene took a lot longer than normal.
Yep.
All right, so here's what's going to happen. He's going to run out, and I'm going to time this right, hopefully. And there it is. Time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the Warriors. Great co-op game. Unfortunately, we had the power outage. I know we had to do a split there. But I'd say, again, I don't know what the time is, and we'll find the official time and we'll put it in the notes when we submit this. But I'd have to say that that is, what you saw there were a lot of worst case scenarios and weird things that we actually haven't had happen to us before.
Yeah.
So I say if when we show up, I can't see us doing, we're probably going to do better than that time, and of course we'll practice this a ton between now and then. Cool, alright, so that's the Warriors. We're going to edit this for you, and again, just full disclosure, after level 12, going into level 13, that is going to be, we're going to splice that because the power went out, we were able to complete level 12, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes into level 13, the power went out, so we just restarted 11. Or excuse me, we just restarted 13. All right, thank you, GDQ. We hope to see you there. Looking forward to it. Either way, we'll be watching. Have fun.